Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy Sophisticated Jerk. So I got my man Mustard in the building, Rush is up in the building. Yeah, and today, man, we got some pretty good topics, man. We're gonna jump into the first one. We saw Melyssa Ford out here with what's her name? Shan Booty, Bodie, whatever.
The
She did
sex
a little,
therapist.
yeah, sex therapist. So she says. How the
Is she
fuck you
still
even
married?
become a sex therapist? Do you get like a certification for that, or what's the
No, I
criteria?
think with hers it was the for couples to reunite and get together and talk about sex, right? But I think hers is unique because the husband of hers, and I'm sorry, like I don't like saying that word partner because it's so cold, right? It's just like it's business. But they were swinging, if I'm correct about it. So they
Yeah,
have sex and creative sex. I haven't seen them up on the page, so I don't know what's going on. But they have kids.
yeah. I think I
And that's
think I know they got an open relationship, but to keep it a buck, I
hmm
think she was kind of clever what she did. It's almost in a way where she wanted an open relationship, so she got her like the dude she's with. He's kind of like a stay-at-home husband, and she gets to go out and connect with other people now. Because I seen some of the
Hey
interviews,
man,
and
that's a dream.
she's like, I like this guy. I reconnected with him, so it's like she got a somewhat of a submissive male to like fit
It's
that
just
role,
some.
and she's going out here and she's like having all these relationships.
I mean, there's like words now. It's like so we used to call them cocks, but now there's stags. There's a growing population of black stags and black cocks out
What
here.
the fuck is a stag?
So a stag is a man that watches his wife do the same thing, but he keeps his masculinity. Of course,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
black. We
think
have
you
to
could
have
keep your
the,
masculinity when you when you a witness.
and then you join in, and then you do whatever, and they make their money from OnlyFans.
Mm.
You know,
So you said this some certified freak shit, pretty
no,
much.
hey, I can't shame it because I know I came from that before I got baptized into the light. My darkness was complete darkness.
Okay, okay, okay. But you
But
reformed now, right?
I
You
don't know
the
about all
turn.
that. No, I don't know about all that. The bull come out every now and then, like submit, like.
Okay. But I'm saying
But
like you don't be trying to create like a whole fuckery type
oh,
thing.
okay.
Like,
Look,
oh, this is self love and we all
no,
all
no,
the
no,
like
no,
jargon
no.
and bullshit.
She done it smart. It's marketable. There's a market for this stuff, right? And it falls into what I see more, and I seen it when I was growing up, was that people are into stuff and they build a community and then they pay for that community. And it's crazy work. Like it's something for everybody there. Um and before anybody come and attack me, like, look, my mom already found out and it was embarrassing because I had three books. One was, my regular book, which is like all my friends was in it. Cause this back in the day, you couldn't, yeah, there was no cell phone. So we have phone books, right? Then I had my little black book with the star system. And then,
Oh, okay, shit. You had a star system?
yeah.
Yeah,
And then I had
you
my
was definitely
white
dropping
binder.
off some dick.
Yeah. But then it was the white binder of 200 pages.
Oh,
And
you was on some Wilt Chamberlain shout out to Stan.
it was a big community.
Ain't no goddamn community. Y'all some freaks.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't
But
allowed
man,
to let y'all formulate a community
I'm
now. There
just
was no
telling
damn
you, I
community.
was young. And the most embarrassing thing, my mom had to call everybody, like, how you know my son? And so,
Did y'all have like
so
code words like in case y'all ain't work that
no, they
out? Y'all ain't have
were,
contingency plans? Y'all fucking up.
dude, I was 20. There was stuff
But
that
did they
was
tell the
like,
truth when your mom was calling like,
oh yeah, yeah, they like, yeah, because it was like, oh, your son is 20, we take care of him, blah, blah, we make sure he get bus fare and all this other stuff. But, but like, there was stuff like one of my best friend, he is the best friend because San Francisco, for what San Francisco is, like it just spread out. It's a magical city. It's like it's New York, but it's 7 miles by 7 miles. Amazingly, when you don't see somebody ever again, you will never see them again. Like that's
Oh,
it's
okay.
like New York, right? But
Yeah.
it's smaller and it's like it's amazing. Never gonna see each other again. Um, one of them, like we was like hanging out and like these couples came up coming to me like hey da, 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 and they ignore him but they went directly to me and he's like yo Stan like what the fuck is going on with you because who are these white people because my mo I was going to Oakland because I like black women but for sex I was open to different races because it's San Francisco.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's
Even
diverse out
on the
there.
show. But remember on the show, I have a saying like, "What you call a racist girl on the Friday don't like black guys." She gonna say yes on Sunday because she need to pop it off before she go back to work on Monday. I know it because I lived it. So,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
so for her, she makes it like you describe it. Like it's this powerful dynamic. It's your choice of living and blah blah blah. But when we cover stories, women are in New York City paying $100 to meet a guy, and guys not coming to mixers. You know what I'm saying? Women are going to church in thousands for a singles ministry with no men. It's
Yeah, we got to
like
cover
yo.
all those stories. We gonna break those down. Yeah,
But
it's,
compare
it's
what
getting
she
rough
gave
out
us
there.
that. But when she did that intro, it's like, and women are stronger than ever. I'm like, are we in the same, presidency? Like, how many women lost their jobs to AI? Like who? What is she selling here? And here's
She's
Melissa Ford.
Nah, she's clever, man. Cause and this is the sad thing with people, man. Cause I think a lot of times, people mistake what everybody's kind of trying to do. So, like with us, man, we're gonna tell the truth, and part of that, man, it's tough love. Like we're gonna talk about guys, we're gonna talk about women, but people like that, like you said, they make this whole thing a mystique. But it's just like, really, man, you're just on some freaky shit. And there's nothing wrong if you want that, but
But
it ain't
understand
gonna
the freaky.
probably
But understand
it's
that
probably
freaky
not going
shit.
to yield the results that you want. And she's
But
trying to package hope. You know what I'm saying? Because she kind of like tweaked some
yeah,
stuff to like cater to their emotions at that moment, which
but the
she's going to get
honesty.
like people pulled in and stuff. But
Yeah, because
it's
she's
not going to
selling
help them out,
lifestyle.
man.
She's selling the lifestyle, and to me, it's like, yo, it was different. Why I did it, right? I was a preacher's kid with no deacon's kid. Like, if you grew up in a church, you've been restricted. Everything is a no, 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 no. You turn 18 was your choice, and if you choose wrong, you go to hell. But then you discover why sinners are always happy because they have sin.
You stupid. Nah, but
But
my thing is this, man. I try to tell people, I'm like, man, whatever you want to do, man, you got to understand the pros and cons with it. Because it's going to help you
yes,
make a better informed decision. And man, it's going to shape the reality. But what a lot of people are trying to do, man, they want to do the something and they don't want to like face the like repercussions of that act. So that's kind of
yeah,
where like Melyssa Ford is at this point. And that's why I like this story. Like you said, we're gonna jump in there in a second, but it's just like she's facing bad decisions, and that's really all it is. But like they're trying to, I guess, mold it where it's not that bad. And oh, I found myself now. No, you didn't. Like,
not finding yourself again.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like how
Like
many
how many
times you
times,
gonna
man? You're
get.
in your fucking fifties. Like you just now you're finding this shit out.
But like, how
That's
many
sad
times
if
are
you
you
did.
getting lost? Like, what's going? Do we need to get you ID bracelet? How many times are you getting lost?
Yeah, because like the whole thumbnail, like I put the old ladies on the golf cart because like in one segment she's talking about, yeah, down in Tulum, there's like a whole community of like women that are just like strong now. They're decentering men, and it's like, no, you guys are fucking the locals there, the bartenders.
Okay, this is
You
the
ran
same
out of
place.
options, so you ran your ass up out of United States. So you're like hoping for some new shit because y'all fucked up your money overspending. Now you got to go to Mexico. Like, man,
Oh,
we ain't playing this game. That's why I'm like,
and,
we
and
gonna call this shit out.
and then put an upside down pineapple in your cart. That you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, but they're trying to make it more like sexy. Like, oh nah, we chose this. Like, you chose Tulum, fucking Cancun at 50. So all the shit that they wanted with like the preferences, like, oh man, we want established guys. Man, you telling me you were like Mexico messing with the bellhoppers and the bartenders, and you're all happy in life. You figured it out now. Come on, man. That shit sound like a nursing home down there.
That's
So yeah, let me
true.
go ahead.
That,
Yeah,
but
we gonna get to
can I
that
say this
part,
real
man.
quick? Can I
Oh,
say
go
this
ahead.
real quick? I just want people to know, like, it's one thing to go ahead and explore and look it over. I mean, one time the best advice my uncle told me is like, don't make it a habit. If you can't walk away from it, you need to cut it off and just don't make it a habit. And I was able to do that. And I could look at it and laugh because I'm in my late 40s. I could laugh because I haven't done that in decades. And it's funny. I'm like, oh my God, I've been protected by the blood of Jesus Christ. How did I survive this mess? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God.
Stan, you make it sound like you was doing heroin or some shit.
No, but dude, that's that. There's no reason a 19-year-old boy should have a 36-year-old girlfriend and having her 14-year-old son calling him dad. What was I doing? So, this
Oh, you
a
was
lot
playing
but
stepdaddy and shit. You did a stepdaddy season.
and my mom, blessed be the Afro Latina moms, she embarrassed me in front of everybody and got me out that car, and then all the moms got together and cursed that woman out. And the man was like, "Man, you got sprung off some coochie. Your nuts ain't grow out yet. You just
Hey, did you have one of those stepdaddy shirts and shit? Number one stepdad. Let me
nah, no."
stop.
I was like, my mom was like, "Who's your friend?" They're like, "Oh, this is my little stepson, Bob." And she's like, What's going on? 36? You not?" But yeah, but all that to say is like, it's one thing to go through stuff, but like I never at this age want to experience it again, nor go backwards. And I think a lot of
Shit, I don't
times,
want you to experience that either. God damn it.
but what I'm seeing here with these women is like the goal is to go backwards
Oh
and to
yeah, they definitely.
choose the same thing again. And I'm like,
Mm,
that's not what it is. You got to learn and grow, and your options change because there's growth. But I'm just a man, and as you know, I'm not part of Oprah's Sunday, Super Bowl, Super Soul Sundays, and I'm just a guy, a black man in this world. What do I know?
hey, Rush was mustard on some simp shit when he was playing stepdaddy.
Hell yeah!
Man, anytime a dude's playing clean up, yeah, man, 100%, man. Now, man,
Man, let me tell you how bad I was. You remember back in the day when you had to change? You remember like we had to get long distance with the house phone, and you had to get long distance with AT&T or MCI or Sprint.
Yeah.
Okay, so I met one of the women who was transferring us into a service, and we became quote unquote pen pals.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
I was macking on the phone,
Yeah, you was spitting it, whatever. Then, huh? You was like, shit. I'm gonna come up somehow.
but she came out. She was from prison too, so that what she was doing that
Damn.
was legal, and she was a single mom. So my mother had her fired. Like, why are
You
these
said she was in
women?
prison.
Yeah, like she was
Damn, son.
working for
You was on
Sprint.
some 90 day shit. Like,
Hey, I like, man. I was playing everything like, no, this is like, it's like I get this is coochie for now, this is coochie for later, this is coochie for later, later. So I was,
yeah, these wild boys there.
but like planning on my coochie spots. He's like, okay, I could get this one. Then if I
Prison
pay up,
though?
I didn't know she was from prison. But mind you, you talking like, hey, you sound single. How old are you? I'm like in college. But that, you just had to give a gab. This the '90s.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like I ain't
okay.
waiting for nobody to talk for me. It's like you got a beautiful voice. She'll send me love letters, pictures. But I figured, and she was in Florida, so I'm like, okay, next time
She
I'm
ain't
going.
never asked you to come in like what they got it a roll call or something? Come
No,
visitation.
I didn't even know. But mind you, when I'm getting the letters, of course, my mom have access to the mail, so she read everything that comes through. I mean, I'm 19. I don't know what a mailbox was at. I don't know. I don't know anything. I definitely had sex on my mind, and that was it. Like I said, I had plans. Like girls were either coochie for now, coochie for later, and then coochie for later later. Like
Okay,
Black
okay.
Planet, I'm going to LA. Is like okay, that's later later.
Damn, son
So
was on Black Planet. You know that?
I was on Magenta meeting other Haitian girls. I mean, it was for
Oh, okay,
later,
okay.
later. Because I'm like, okay, you're not in California, so when I'm in New York or Miami, I already got, that's coochie for later, later.
Okay, okay. So you was
You know,
bi-coastal with it. But let's go ahead,
yeah.
man. Let's jump into this video. Shout out this.
But
Y'all
again,
let
the
me
goal is to
know.
not go back. That's
Y'all
what
let me know.
when. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, let me know when y'all want me to stop. But did you want to say something else before we jump into it?
Oh, just to go, ladies and gentlemen, don't go back to your past. Just
Hell
don't.
no.
Actually feel and experience what intimacy genuinely is. No, no. Do you know how intoxicating it is to have the world cheering for your relationship while you're still in the honeymoon phase? You feel literally drunk in love. That's what it feels like. Who did you experience that with? I don't want to admit it. Oh, okay. The first person that I experienced that with, his name is Osi Umenyiora. He was a defensive end for the Giants, two-time Super Bowl champion, future Hall of Famer. Yeah, that's the first person. I hesitate to use the word soulmate, but boy, did we make sense to each other. Boy, could we like read each other's, both Scorpios. We could like read each other's minds. I predicted his whole life, his Super Bowl wins, everything. Like we were so simple. We were really simple people, just really, really visible and famous. Like our favorite thing to do was to like eat ribs in bed and watch, like binge watch TV. You know what I mean?
First of all, gross. Second of all, cute.
I mean, I love ribs. But, like that was like our famous thing. We go to the local movie theater. Like we were really, really, really like regular, but it was short-lived, the intoxicating nature of everybody cheering for us, because then the jealousy of others set in, and then locker room talk and whatnot, and that had a catastrophic effect on us. He was so young. I was young, but he was younger. I was 30, he was 25. So
Getting that young dick.
yeah. And so the second
Stop.
time
Can we
something like
stop?
that happened was
Yeah, it was.
First of all, if let's just flip the sex right here real quick. If she was the male at 30 and he was the female at 25, what it will say? You should have known better. You was, what's the word? Grooming
Grooming.
her. And I was just like, you were 30 and he was 25. You're not equal in the sense of age. Because at 25, you're still letting go of 21 and over stuff, right? You're like, you're not going to clubs. That's a bunch of I just turned 21 years old, and you're not ready for the 30 something yet. You're more into like, I'm hanging out with my friends who are 25 to 28 crowd, right? Like, yo, lady, what jealousy are we talking about on locker room talk? Were you meeting other players that he was working with? Because you're not being honest. Like you dated those men as well. And they on the fields. Of course they're gonna be some like, some back and forth.
I think when she said jealousy, man, because I heard that, I was like, she said the locker room talk. So it wasn't no fucking jealousy. They was like forewarning homeboy, like, hey man, like shorty get around and shit. What the fuck's you doing? Like you eating ribs in bed with this broad, like, man, you supposed to get in and out. Like, what the fuck you doing falling in love? So I think it was more or less like that. So she took it as like they're hating, they're just jealous, but nah, she had a background because I remember Cameron kind of came out was like she was getting smashed on the video scenes and shit. So yeah, that's why I think it was, man. So I think eventually homeboy probably was like, man, I ain't trying to be like I'm over here. I'm 25. I'm hitting my heights and my peak because homeboy was solid for the Giants defensive
Mhm.
tackle, I think. So yeah, he was probably like, shit, I gotta let Shorty go. I like her and shit, but man, I ain't about to tarnish my image because she has a a background. So I think that's really what it was.
Okay. Rush, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, what's your take on that?
Yeah, most definitely, I agree with you, SJ, on that. The thing is, most birds they will interpret that situation as people are hating or they're in their business or whatever. But the thing is, her reputation has a ripple effect, and the ripple effect would be her being over 50, single and alone, because any man with means would never wife up this cum bucket right here. She for the streets.
But you could tell by the way she was talking, man, like this is the one, like she looking back, because hey, homeboy like 6'3", too solid dude, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds like, if you look at a female's checklist, like he hitting all that shit, got the money, the status, it sounded like he was actually into her. But like that background, man, that's what people don't realize, man. Them moves you make and they ain't solid, and it start playing out. Like them dudes that have options, man, they ain't gonna stick around on that shit.
But
You
when did
know,
she become a video vixen? Like, how old was she when she became a video vixen?
she
Was it
was she was
like
mad young, 19,
19 or
right?
20?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then now she's 30. So you're looking at a good decade
Oh
of
yeah, yeah. She
history.
was definitely a decade in the game.
Yeah, and this is like back when we didn't even have like internet or TMZ like that. We had like Jet Magazine, MTV.
Source. She
Yes,
was all in the, cause you remember like a lot, man, back in that day, like she was one of the most like known vixens. Like she had a calendar in like a lot of dudes' rooms. So that's probably another thing. Like if you a dude and you go to
Dime
your homeboy house and
Magazine.
shit, and you see Melissa Ford and
Yeah, it was
I,
Dime Magazine. It
yeah,
was,
you don't want to see that shit.
but like it was. She was everywhere. She was in music videos, and she was on some kind of like reality TV shows. Like I'm looking at that, like, yo, you're not looking at your end. You're making it seem like you both got it out the mud at the same time. You weren't equal. Like, he's 4 years into the game. You had 10.
Yeah. But all right, let me play some more, man.
Flow rider. And that's all I'll say on that.
Okay.
I said it's fine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm gonna say this real quick. This is why I had the problem. She talked about Flow Rider. Now, when she did her confessional, she talked about some guy that she met, and I believe he was from New Orleans, and he was her karma. And that was the guy that was an absolute love of her life.
You trying to
And
say
that
it's Flow Rider?
it wasn't Flow Rider because it wasn't the way she described him. He wasn't in the industry.
You talk about her original interview, right?
Yes. Yeah, when she interviewed herself and she did the confession of her past life. But that's what I'm saying, like, where Florida come in on this stuff. Like, all of a sudden it's Florida. I'm like, yo, like, Florida been out of the light since what, before COVID or C-19?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's been a minute.
so why bring him up now? Like, what's going on that you bring him up now?
Yeah, because that one interview you was talking about, man. Yeah, you remember because she gave the chronological order of like her relationships. You remember it started off like the one guy that
The half a
everybody in her
man.
family loved and she kind of left
Yes,
behind. Then she
the
got in the industry.
half.
The second one was a guy like she was like attracted to, but he was like saying crazy shit to her. I think that relationship was abusive and stuff like that. But yeah, she never mentioned the football guy, the one she mentioned now, and
Yes.
then Flow Rider. So it's like, goddamn, like how many? But that's what I'm saying. It goes to show like she had a lot of solid relationships, but
Opportunities.
she
Hmm.
kept on like jumping off for whatever reasons and stuff. And that really what makes her bitter at the end, where like she's probably looking back now in this state, like, damn, it's hard for me to find somebody. But like, man, when you have to reflect on shit and you realize that, man, you had some solid people and you fucked them relationships up, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. So I think that's what's happening in her life and a lot of other ones like Tracy Ross, and they got to look back at a lot of guys. They probably just like toss it aside because they wanted to, play the field a little longer. The grass is always greener.
Yeah, and for ladies to know, men go through it too.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, definitely. It ain't just one sided.
yeah,
But we
definitely.
handle the situation better because I hear guys more than often be like, "Yeah, I lost some good ones, man. I did them dirty and shit." Guys are more like take accountability, even though that process they'll admit it. Whereas females like
Mm.
she's trying to go to Tulum now and act like that's some paradise and shit.
He took the permission. I said it. The phone
You have
rings.
no idea. Like I literally like
No, it's
pew,
PR. No, it's Flo Rida's like PR person who's like, zip it up. You signed the agreement.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah, that was there's pictures. I was going to say, unfortunately, there's pictures that you could Google, so you'll see who that was. But
Yo, pause it real
primarily
quick.
of
Yeah.
fame.
Yo, it's like these two birds, right? They're politicking, right? And they're trying to cope. They're trying to cope of being a hoe. You know what I mean? Because they know being a bird comes with some negative consequences, man. You know what I mean? And it's this talk show, it helps them cope with that. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a lonely road for the boy. I think Shorty on the left, the host, I think she's like in a long-term relationship. But as far Melyssa, like yo, she's cooked. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna rock with her, man. They're just gonna use her for a cum bucket.
Yeah, it's definitely a cult, man. That's we were saying that before you hopped on. We're like pretty much they try to put a strength behind like the depression and shit. But like you said, man, like they gotta chuckle it up. Because man, deep inside, man, both men and women want a relationship. I don't care who you are. Now, most people don't want a bad one, but when you got like a lot of opportunities and options and stuff, because even now, man, if she like was realistic and kind of knew what she wanted, she could find somebody. But man, they everything's just so conflicted with them, and that's the issue.
'Cause it'll
So
be
yeah,
deemed
she's
like settling. That's what
was
it'll be called settling. Not making a choice, not making a decision. It'll be called like I settled. But like it also is kind of reneged the fact that your opportunities is this. You have to pick for these opportunities that's provided to you. Solely for you. Right? Because the saying is I only live for what's was given to me by God. Okay. God give you these three. And you have to pick. But then they'll come out like, oh, well, I settled for it, where it seemed like it was forced upon. So I don't even think she can get that out because she's been living like this so long. And for anybody who lived like this, I don't know how they can get that out unless you have like a real therapist that sit down with you and really like drill it. Like, hey, you going back to your old habits.
what do you mean? You're saying you don't think they can get it out, like get that out
Okay,
their system?
yeah, like for me, right? Because I'm no stranger with therapy, and I needed it. So one thing I have to stop was long distance relationships because I was ignoring what was in front of me. By keeping long distance relationships, I know that I'm not going to get to that person. They're far away, where I have the freedom to go ahead, talk, whatever. And you know what? It's not really cheating because you're over there and I'm over here. So you got my emotional stuff, but my physical needs I take care of in my hometown. You had to cut that out, right? Two, I had to let go of like, the two opportunities I had were women that weren't black. And we talked about this before. I'm dating women that's not black. It's everything is there with the exception that they're not black. And I'm just like, yeah, I like you, but I'm waiting for my black American princess to come swoop me away, and her lowrider. You know what I'm saying? As we,
So you were sabotaging shit. That's what you was pretty much doing.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
am I like that's therapy? Like, hey, like it's not anti-black, but like you really met like two women that really love you and you wanted this thing that you had in your mind since you was 6 years old. You're an adult. There were things I was just ignoring. Like it wasn't just the race, but also looking at we had something similar, like parents, child rearing, ethics. It was the stuff that was there that drew me to these women, but also there was something where this is not what I want. I want LaQuinta,
But
like Carisha.
let me
But
ask
I
you a
had to
question real
face
quick.
that. Yeah.
What got you to the point where you was willing to go to therapy? What was that
Oh,
like that catalyst to get you to therapy?
when one of the young ladies said like we'll have the baby, she bought a house, and then I can keep my guests. Like there's a back room for me to entertain women, and I'm just like, what kind of man do you think I am?
Damn.
Like, yeah, and it wasn't the first time a woman was like, I know you. I'm not going to be good enough for you. Um,
So
so I
that
had
kind
to
of fucked with
like,
your head. You was like, God damn, I'm a piece of shit. You
yeah,
know?
because I,
Is
I
that kind
thought
of
I
how
was
you
a good,
register that?
yeah, 'cause I was like a good guy, but like, nah, you, mm-mm.
Damn. So they had you the mistress room and shit. So yeah, they was like, stay ain't gonna creep.
But yeah, I was like, I will never do that because like, why would I have a kid with you, live a life with you at the same time, bring my girlfriends to the house? Like, that's not something I would want. And also, here's something too. It was sad. Like,
She sensed that Haitian in you. Yeah, y'all Haitian boys get down.
what you say, Puerto Rican? Puerto Ricans in this too.
Hey,
Sorry.
y'all Haitian boys don't fuck around, y'all.
There's a my even my creative writing teacher dedicated a story to me. And it was Carlisle Tries Polygamy. It's an actual short story, and I printed out and I have it in my binder. And what it was is a man who owns a those houses they have in Queens and Brooklyn, where it's multiple units.
They're like row homes.
Yeah, like it's up. It's almost like a Victorian, but it's not.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Brownstones.
Yeah, brownstones. There
Brownstone.
you go.
Okay, so Carlisle has two girlfriends or two baby mamas. One stay at the bottom, other one stays on the top. Each of them has a daughter. They're the same age. So they'll send the daughters over to the houses whenever one gets a little too friendly. And so the daughters have access to his house, but he can't cheat.
And
And
they wrote
now,
this story. You was like the focal point of this.
well, she gave it to me. She dedicated it to me. And I was like,
Yes. Okay, I see why you was like, look, I gotta change my ways. These motherfuckers making
but mind you, I was
Tyler
only
Perry stories about me and shit.
But it's an actual story. He was Jamaican too. He's Jamaican. He's from like, but every time I read that story, I'm like, oh my god, this is my life. But that type of stuff where it just gets on you is like, okay, I need to. The idea of who I am is not the person that everybody sees,
Okay.
and then that's the realness of it. Where you sit down and you talk. And unfortunately, it wasn't like I talked to a female psychiatrist, I mean, a male psychiatrist. Mine's always been female, but the balance is I do have uncles I can talk to or big brothers I can talk to. They have my best interest at heart. So if I feel like, I don't know about this, I could talk to somebody grown and they can, like, hey, yeah, okay, I see your perspective she's talking about, but I know you a little bit longer and it's this way. But it was like, it's good in the sense like it slows me down and for me to be real with myself.
Okay. No, I was just asking you that, man, because the question you was asking, like, can they get to that place? I think, man, they're gonna have no choice. Like, it would be good if somebody kind of like assess the situation like you did. Go get the help, whatever form it might be. Like you said, it could be family members, somebody that's gonna give you that tough
Yeah,
love, therapy, whatever, and make the actual changes. But with them, like you said, they've been doing it so long, man. It's just gonna be one of those things, man, where they're eventually want that relationship. So, but they're gonna take a fraction of what they wanted in their early life. So, like the football player, she could have landed him. Flow
hmm
rider, she could have landed him, and if she would have like been willing to give on some things instead of just like always chasing her career, also putting everything, because it's like you could multitask, but man, you could cater to somebody too. So I think a lot of times like they it's like they only could focus on their career. They can't do anything else and shit. So when they go down that path and they get to the 50s, they end up with a basic guy that didn't meet enough of the things on their check. Like, nah, that's what's gonna happen, man. And like you said, they're gonna get to that
But you
point
know,
where it's like
you,
it's
you,
no
you
longer settling. Oh, go ahead, Brush.
You know what? But it's like, women like Melissa Ford, right? When they dealing with these, athletes and these men in high caliber, right? It's like they get treated the princess treatment, but their role is an actual cum bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like they get it mixed. Like, nah, they get it confused because just because they treat you nice, like they give you some bread to go shopping, and that's like the regular care package that they give to all their birds. You know what I mean? And because they receive the care package from these ball players and rappers and all that, they're confusing that of them actually being a girlfriend, but really they're just a cum bucket.
She
Man,
did talk
I
about
just
that.
no, I think I disagree with y'all, man, because man, this is Melissa Ford in the heyday. And if a dude eat ribs with her, man, I mean that motherfucker like her. Like I ain't about to be eating no
In the
ribs with
bed.
no jump off.
That's in
But
the bed too.
yeah, that's
Like,
some disgusting shit. Now that I'm thinking about it. But but nah, I think man, I think those guys. I don't know about Flow Rider. That's a stretch. So I don't think that one. I think what you're saying, Rush, that Flow Rider, absolutely. You that was just some fun shit. But I think the football player
Yo,
guy.
that nigga Flo Rida got like 9 kids, bro. He
Yeah,
got
nah,
mad
that
kids.
wasn't gonna work out. But I do
what you
think the
mean?
football player
She
guy.
only
I
be
think that
one.
would have worked out. But I think a lot of times, man, when they kind of got that diva mindset. I
Yes,
think, man, they're high maintenance. So that's where a lot of guys would tap out of them relationships.
but
That's why I
it's
think it's
strange. There's two parts to it that's strange, right? It's strange because if it wasn't for these, like what she always like, well, men is doing this to women and the lust and everything. Well, it wasn't for that. Like you wouldn't be around and have all these opportunities. And it's like it's disingenuous because you're not like regular women or regular black women in America. Like you at 19 or 18 left college, made it to America and became a video vixen. And before anybody come over, what's a video vixen? It's like a IG model that actually was a model and actually got paid and didn't have to escort like that. Like, and she started a whole slew of these video vixens. It was like a whole thing, right? And she started this trend. But also, there's a part in this interview where she said that all rich men have the same attitude, and it's like the way she
yeah, we're gonna get
pictured
to
it.
that section.
Okay,
Definitely.
but it's like it's sad. Like you benefit from
I just
dating
want to say
rich men.
this. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
you some pushback, Stan. Those
yeah.
video vixens, they were escorts. It was just a nice word of call them video vixens because a lot of those
Mhm.
quote unquote video vixens got passed around. Know what I mean?
No,
Oh, facts.
but here's the thing, right? Unlike the IG models we have, I ain't seen no IG models be on nobody else's video. You just say IG model and that's it. If a girl says she was a video vixen, we had their whole resume. What video you was in? What cover sheets? What there was Dime. There was a whole magazine. Oh my goodness, there was there was the hot stuff with the cars. There was,
Yeah, no, there was some prestige back in the day, but yeah, they definitely was still getting passed around. But like with I get what
no,
Stan's
I agree
saying
with
because
you,
it was
Rush.
like
It was different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
We
mean,
saw them on
all it is,
MTV,
all it
BET,
is, she's
VH1.
just a glorified prostitute. That's all it is, man. Y'all mean?
Can we
yeah,
just call
because
them urban models?
now they was because what's her name down there? It was like her, Vita, Guerrera, Gloria Velez. It was like four of them. They were like the top
Buffy the
four.
Body. Don't forget Buffy the Body.
Yeah, Buffy.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
They always come
Mm-mm-mm.
buckets, man.
But all right, let me play some more. Y'all let me know
Rush,
when
why
to
you
stop.
trying to kill us, Rush?
And no one knew because I pressured them to keep it very quiet.
But in the moments when it got leaked and you were receiving that fanfare and where there was this excitement and you become basically the prince and princess of the town.
You feel like you need to keep up appearances, but it's falling apart. Especially if one person is falling out of love with the other at a faster rate. Yeah.
The worst feeling.
Yeah. So that
Pause
sucks.
real quick. Pause.
That sucks.
Hold on. Let me-
Because then you're left with, just what do I do? Because then you're worried that this is some kind of, effect on you. It always affects the women more than it affects the men, though.
But that also goes to say that we have finite amount of time
Yes.
of things to focus on. And then if we do have time to look for mates or be in those circles, we have to be very selective about the environments that we go in and what we're focused on getting. So I want to actually have this conversation with you
Wait,
because I have.
All right, go
pause.
ahead.
Who fell out of who faster than the other one? Because
Oh, it's definitely her.
okay, but she make it seem like it's the men. It's the men that's the problem. I'm like, yo, what was going on for you? It can't always be the men.
Well, she said some revealing stuff where she was like, she didn't want to expose
Oh, that part, yeah.
like the relationship. Like she didn't want to put it. She was like homegirl Mika.
Okay, have
and
multiples.
her husband, like she hit him in the gray area and stuff because she ain't want to mess up her sex appeal, aka I'm marketing myself still.
Rush,
So,
you
yeah.
okay? Cause Rush, the look on Rush's face.
Nah, but when she said that, it's like, man, like no guy that got options is gonna be sticking around where you don't want to like, you're not showing like you're enthusiastic with being with him and shit. So yeah, like that's
But
her
she make it
issue.
seem, but she make it seem like keeping the relationship secret kept the longevity of the relationship. But once the relationship is exposed, she felt pressure. Okay, I'm gonna say this in the nicest way as possible. It's natural that people will pressure you because you have time clocks. Because they also mentioned like, oh no, we have this thing called longevity, and we have to sit down and blah blah balance careers. Okay, you've been in your career since 19 or 20. You're 30. You're 34. You're 40. You're 45. Like, if the man is truly your partner, because we don't say husbands or boyfriends, we want partners. You're not living this life alone. So what are we doing when we have a partner? Like, what's going on here? Because it's not really making any sense at all.
Yeah, no, mismanagement. That's all that shit is. People ain't going in a relationship the right way, both building and trying to grow. So most people are looking to take advantage, man, and that's the reality of it. But she said, I think it's gonna come up in a couple seconds. So let me play a little bit more.
Okay.
Two daughters, right? And my kids are in Gen Alpha. And for Gen Alpha, 2/3 of the jobs that exist right now will not exist when they are of age. So it's a very uncertain future for them.
Yeah.
And we live in increasingly uncertain times right now. And I have a big gripe with hypergamy. The idea of telling my daughters that looking for a financially stable partner is the best bet, even in spite of the fact that we live in economic uncertain times. So I'm just curious from your vantage point on that, because there is so much talk about that online. And like I said, everything you described, in some people's cases, sounds like a fantasy. Like getting presented with a $150,000 necklace on day one, like that's a fantasy. Do you feel a sense of disillusionment from it? Or what would you say in response to people who look at that and say, oh, I aspire to that?
To getting the $150,000 necklace?
Well, everything that goes with it, to be putting yourself in the places where that's even possible.
It's just not real. It would be too difficult to maintain. It would be a headache to maintain. It would be constant anxiety, and I don't want it. I did it. I don't want it. Never want that for myself anymore. So if that would be the last thing that I advised a young girl to do, to look at, look at men of means being, your saving grace or your safety net. Girls are thriving. Women are thriving. We're outpacing men in every aspect of life right now. By the way, I saw their pictures. They are stunning. You must be
Oh my
so
gosh,
proud.
Thank you. I am. I really, really am.
So what y'all think about that statement about hypergamy, man? I don't have an issue with that, man.
I mean, yo, it's embedded in their DNA for survival. So yeah, most women will exercise hypergamy on steroids due to survival. Know what I mean? So that's never gonna go away. I mean, that kind of it's that it's an incentive for mankind to keep thriving and surviving. Know what I mean? So that's never gonna change. But the thing is, like, yo, you gotta have a moral compass with it. You know what I mean? Like if you dealing with a dude, right? You see another dude that got more money, you leave the current dude you're with, and go link up with a dude for the money. That's kind of messed up. Know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a lot of cons that come with that when it comes to hypergamy. You know what I mean, for the man's sake, you heard?
What you make it? What's up, Stan?
I'm calling bullshit. And the reason I'm calling it bullshit is because of how it was laid out, right? They make it seem like hypergamy is thrust upon them by society. Again, stepping away from the responsibility of your own choices. You want to pick a man that can buy whatever and do whatever for you. At the same time, you do have to be probably faithful, loyal. There's some stuff you're gonna put demands on you. So there's a reality behind that. Nobody is gonna, because you have a hypergamous nature, he's willing to spend money on you. He's gonna might put you through a test. You might not like it, you may not survive it, but it's his money and you want access to it. Now you're going to play this game. But to make it seem like I don't want them to grow that way, and I'm like, no, the reality of this is like, yo, this is the expectations when you date somebody and you follow hypergamy all the time. Because at one point, when you go and get married, you have to follow those vows. And those vows in front of God and man and everybody could also work out to be a spell. Because because on the other side of that vow, it's never said like if you break these, this what else is going to come forward, and we call it karma and everything else. But yo, just because things are by nature doesn't mean that we also have this duality of like, hey, I have to fight that nature all the time. What Rush mentioned, a moral compass. It is always a dance every day to fight that you feel that's so passionate and raw, and also justice, right? But I just didn't like this aspect of the talk because again, it's making it seem like once again men cause this. Like if this is your nature, is your nature. You have to fight it and be faithful and have character. But what do I know? I'm just a man. What's
No,
up,
I
Wally?
agree. I agree with you, man. But I do think I like the fact that she's trying to tell her daughters, like, "Hey, don't be coming out here like that, man. Definitely get established, more or less become an asset." Because I think a lot of times, man, with the hypergamy thing, and guys are at fault too, man. Because on one end, they do pitch it like, "Oh, we got to do this or this," and I think, man, everybody should be coming to that relationship to build and grow in some capacity, man. And a lot of times they come in to take. And I think that's what's causing a messed up dynamic in a lot of these situations. Because like even with her, she's like, I received 150, and she's gonna kind of double down on it. She ain't never refused this shit. Because that's the other part. It's like y'all know y'all don't always have to take everything. Like you can't just say no and be like, look, man, I'm not here to use you. I appreciate the fact that you trying to spend that type of money on me, but nah, I'm not here for that. It's like nobody ever tries that, but then they'll turn around and be like they was love bombed.
But
So
SJ,
that
but that's the fantasy, right? The fantasy is the pretty woman fantasy. The man comes in and give you this choker that's like, what I'm saying, almost a million, quarter of a million, and you like only you out of all these women got this, right? It is a boost to your ego. And we just gotta be honest, but it's not for every woman, yes. Will every woman experience this? No. And that's one reality, like, yo, your necklace might just be a keychain to their house or to their apartment. That's your 150 million, your $450,000 necklace right there, a key. But it's this whole thing, like, it's your relationship. I don't understand how we got into this place that we all want the same thing, and if it's not the same thing, then it's useless and it's meaningless.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna jump to the one section. Let me.
It's the one about the
People
rich
have
people.
praised.
Nah, that might have been in that coming up
Yeah,
on that one.
that one's important because she said that all rich men have the same attitude.
Yeah, that might have been it. Okay, let me play it.
Your saving grace or your safety net. Girls are thriving. Women are thriving. We're outpacing men in every aspect of life right now. By the way, I saw their pictures. They are stunning. You must be
Oh my
so
gosh,
proud.
thank you. I am. I really, really am. And I am hopeful for them. And I am hopeful for them to have an intimate life that is fulfilling. And I also acknowledge that it comes in all forms. And don't get me wrong, I've spoken to women before who have a partner who has lots of means, and it contributes, may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes to their feeling of appreciation to be in the relationship, love for the relationship. Like,
And don't let me say that being like all rich men are pieces of shit. That is definitely not what I'm saying.
yeah,
However, I've dated enough of them that there is a consistency. I call it rich man syndrome. And you know what rich man syndrome looks like?
what?
Somebody got to get that. That's just their attitude. Somebody is always going to fall. Like they walk with a wake in front of them, and whatever happens behind them, they've got people just scrambling and picking things up and whatever else. And also the fact that they have the money also is
She's like, she over here throwing my shit.
they walk with the attitude and the bravado that they are the breadwinner. And they're the ones that are affording you this luxurious life.
But they
Well,
are.
shit, I know, right? my thing is like, hell, y'all targeted them. Like,
It's not equal. You're not equal. Like, one is you're not equal. Two, I'm going to flip it, right? Maybe that's his love language. His love language is that you provide him acts of service.
his thing's too. So he'll throw some pillows on the ground. That's active service.
Yeah, acts of service. You care about him that you pick it up because nobody else does it out of, like, they're not doing it for the right reason. But, like, you're sharing his lifestyle because he provided it. You didn't provide the lifestyle. And the flip side, for any man who date rich white women, the goal is never to always spend her money. You're grateful, but also you want to have your own independency where she don't feel like she's sunning you all the time. But that's the cost. You're not equals. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. You're not equal when you date somebody who have means. And you in that relationship because it brings security. And you like that relationship because you have access to stuff that you wouldn't have otherwise. And
But see,
also,
I like what Rush said earlier, man, about the morality thing. So that's why I think a lot of people don't understand. It's like, man, you literally, like, a lot of people would target these dudes for the money. Fuck the characteristics. They ain't looking at no spirituality, none of those characteristics. So it's almost like I want him to spit. I'm doing all this immoral shit, but I want him to, like, put up all the money and be moral with that and have no expectations or anything. And it don't go like that. Cause it's funny. One time, like, one of my wife's friends, like, she came over and this dude had a good job and he was like inviting her to a work trip. And they just met and it was like over in Las Vegas. And I was like, man, don't go on that trip. I was like, a lot of times when dudes spend money early like that, they're trying to, like, lure you in because they know you're materialistic. So I was like, that's the flip side. Like, you're materialistic and he's kind of superficial. So when those two entities is going to clash, both of y'all going to, like, are trying to take advantage of each other. But I was, like, breaking it down, the whole mindset and everything. Guess what she did? She went anyways. And I broke it down to a science. And then come to find out, like, dude was, like, he had 3 or 4 girls that he was, like, giving money to. He was, like,
3
playing
to
all of
4?
them. Oh yeah, it was bad. And she was like, "Man, I should have listened and all that." And I was like, "Man, that's the issue with a lot of this stuff." And this is why like a lot of them get bitter, because it's just like that situation won't work out, so they get bitter at men. But it's like, nah, you chose badly. Dude, I told you not to go down that path because I was like, man, that's way too early. A guy, something's off with him if he's wants you to go on a trip with him, meeting you that fast. You know what I'm saying? So I broke the whole like mindset down.
I
Oh,
want
go
to say
ahead.
he's off. He the
Nah, he
guy
off,
that's
man.
no. I get it. I get what you mean, but he's not off. He's just a trick. Most tricks don't have the social skills or intimacy skills to woo the female. You know what I mean? A lot of time they prey on women that seek material things. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
that's why it comes off. It looks weird to you because you don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
But Rush, like they known each other. It was like such a short period of time to be going on a weekend trip with somebody. So I was just
he a
like,
trick. That's what
yeah,
tricks do.
but I
Tricks
mean, you're
don't
with
vet
this
out.
person for like a whole
Listen.
weekend, boxed into a little hotel room. I was
Yo,
like,
listen.
that's weird to me, dog. Like,
When it comes to these tricks, they don't vet out these females. It's pay to play. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's why it seems
Mm.
weird to you. But
I got you.
like,
Okay, I see.
I mean, it is what it is, man. He a trick, man.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. But
But
yeah,
then the
I
question,
still broke it down to where she, man, like I said, she went anyways, and then like come to find out, like he was doing that same tactic to multiple
Yo,
females.
man, she know what it was,
Oh
man.
yeah, no, they do. That's what I'm saying. So like when they get like she's trying to break it down, like, oh, they got this. Y'all got to stop targeting them. Then go get the guy that's like making reasonable amount of money, that's doing good. He's got some he's financially savvy to a certain degree, but he got some character and shit. They gonna look at him like they settling. Like I think Stan was talking about that before.
yeah, it's funny. Like when we all started the circuit of podcasting, one of the things was it has to be six figures, right? Everybody wants six figures, six figures, six figures, right? But I always look at like, yo, y'all don't live in reality because the math is this, like, especially here in California, you made six figures. You only gonna see 53,000 out of 100, like
Mm.
because the taxes we pay.
Yeah, y'all
You go to
taxes is
Hawaii,
outrageous.
New York City, right? Like you're not getting all that money. And I was like, yo, like you notice that every time they kept on coming out with these figures, it's like things getting more expensive. You know what I'm saying? And like nobody's living on reality. And like, we have luxury apartments that's not actually luxurious. That on the outside is just, an apartment that have no walls and you're surrounded by windows. I'm like, yo, are people actually looking at money and seeing how money is like made and divided and spent? Because when you're asking for this amount of money, you gotta look into your like, does this person have dependents? Does this person have like they're behind, or they understand how to fill out the right form? Is it a two? It's like a 1099. I think a lot of times, I agree with what we're saying, like the men are at fault because they keep on just doing it. But if you got four or five women you paying for, do you claim them as dependents? Like, what kind of money are you making that you just supporting five people that you go around, you could own one more?
Like Russ said, man, a trick gotta like. That's why I always say tricks got mental illness, man. Cause man, you're just like you said, blowing out money where you should be trying to get in the head and investing. But man, when you're dealing with like, it's sad to say, man, people that are materialistic, the trick works, but they all like
See,
lose. They all
the
lose
thing
in
with
that dynamic, man, and that's the issue, and that's why everybody kind of like bitter and jaded because the game they
Mm.
playing. Go ahead, Rush. My bad.
Yeah, I mean the thing with the trick, I wouldn't say he got a mental illness. He's just
They
consumed
got
by
mental
his
illness,
lustful.
Rush.
He just cons- he's just consumed by his lustful nature, man. Whenever a dude is consumed by his lustful nature, he's gonna make mad mistakes, man. Like, because a lot of his choices in life is through emotion. It's not from a logical perspective. Know what I mean?
But Rush, here's where it become mental illness when you keep
Mm.
repeating them actions and keep on yielding like terrible results. Look at Shannon Sharp. Look how much paper he lost. Look at
Oh
what's
yeah,
the Michigan
that's
coach
true. Oh,
lost
don't get
his
started
million
on
dollar
that.
job. So
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. The magnitude of this lust, man. And we see this stuff playing out, and dudes keep on going down this line. And then even the females, like, they end up in a bad state. That's what I'm saying, man. A lot of this shit, man, it's that ego, man. It just makes it pushes it in that realm of like mental illness, man. That's what I'm saying. But I get what you're saying, Rush, because it shouldn't be. But man, when you keep having them repetitive results and shit, man, I'm telling you, I be seeing this. I be talking to dudes. I be trying to talk about that clip. They be like, nah, dude, I'm jumping. Like,
hey, I want to highlight something that Trevor One just put out. If men is volunteering to send women a cash app, why is he doing that? I think most importantly, you notice how since women kept on cash app me, catfish me, you notice how now they gotten stricter with cash app, and that's what I'm saying. Like when dating became more transactional, it just ruined everything else in our lives, like bitcoins, cash app. You got to report everything to the government. Zelle. It's like you can't ignore it. They seen it.
no,
They're
but
like,
she
how do
said
you
if a
make this
man
money?
is volunteering to send a woman a cash app, why is he doing that?
Man, what? Because he need a tax write off. He better sit down and write that off. Like that's missionary work. Now I don't know what kind of missionary position this is,
Nah,
but
he knows she materialistic, and he know like it gonna work, and he if he send that cash app, he gonna wax. And I like what Rush said, it's
it's
smelling like
prostitution.
prostitution.
Oh,
Smelling like prostitution out here.
so
That's
there's
all it
no
is,
real
man.
love. There's no real love then.
Everybody calls it dating now, but that's all this shit is. If you receiving cash apps and stuff, like man, it's transactional to the fullest. We might as well
Yeah,
put you on a blade.
Rush here in California, they don't call it prostitution. They call it car date.
It's prostitution. We going old school with it. We putting the
No,
shame
no,
to it.
no, but as that for real, because you don't arrest the prostitutes. Prostitutes say, no, we're on a car date. We just met up on the app. We just driving around getting something to eat. It's a
Man,
car date.
they just need to legalize it and then put the shame back to it. Be like, look, this is what y'all doing. So don't complain about it when it backfire for all y'all. I don't want to hear no trauma shit. But let me play some more of this video. I'm gonna jump a little bit.
Okay.
Acting career, he's like, I want you to know that when I walked in the audition room, there was 70 other people who looked identical to me. For some reason, somehow, some lucky break, maybe I reminded someone a little more of their nephew, or I made a joke that hit with someone because they just ate that food that day, whatever it was. There was some lucky break that happened. It has nothing to do with talent or merit or anything else.
Very true.
I was there for the opportunity. I got a lucky break. And that applies to love or anything else.
I
You
agree with
walk into
that.
the deli store, you go to the grocery store, like you fall in love, or you have to have the chance meeting, and then plus the availability. There's a lot of things that play to make it so finding your person is extremely hard. I actually love, what was that girl from Harry Potter's name?
Emma Watson.
Yeah, in an interview about that, she was,
You know, they like as well as love. Because that's, to me, like is more important than love. Because there's a thin line between love and hate, but like equals respect. You know what I mean? And I've always looked at people who have like found their person and found, and you know, just found the, you know, their soul's counterpart,
Yeah.
if you will. I've always found them to be so lucky because it's really like a lottery. You know what I mean? And I just don't see anybody out there that I really would love to sleep with. Like, I'm super like, I'm an incel right now, involuntary celibate, because there's nobody out there that I would really like to sleep with, you know? And plus, I'm so busy. For me,
Hold up. I'm lost. I was so lost when. Okay, I won't say this. Is never lucky. Number one. Number two, when you actually gone through therapy, you'll find out something about yourself. Are you driven by a codependent relationship? Number one. And then your goal is to be in an interdependent relationship. where you thrive on your own, but at the same time you don't mind having the help, and you care about that person, what's going on in them, because it's not always about you. All I heard from her was some googly glop, and presto is magic. And next thing I know, she's talking about there's nobody out here ain't got no dick I want. That's where I got confused. You took me to Disney World to Playboy. The hell?
Stan, she is in her 50s and been getting it in since I'm gonna say like
The 90s.
teenage years, probably. Like, I'm talking about 18, 19 for these weirdos out here. But so just think, like, she just burnt out, man. She burnt out. So that's what like Rush was saying. This is a cope at this point. Like, oh, there's nobody I like. Come on, man. Like, that would be like, even as us, man. You might be like, hey, man, I'm cautious who I'm messing with, but man, we got fucking eyes. There's some good looking, females that be around you, especially like depending on what city you're at. So for her to be like, there's nobody I want, nah.
But
She just
it's
she don't want to deal with the rejection no more of like
what
guys not sticking
What
around.
she's really
rejection?
saying, what she really saying is she's tired of getting rejected, so she rather just play the safe route and just do her own thing. But you know, man, you can't take these birds seriously, man. Like they whole thought process is like messed up, bro. You know what I mean? They're like, it's mixed with delusion and pride, man. Like she can't admit to herself that, like, yo, she made a lot of bad decisions and that
Mm-hmm.
she's dealing with the aftermath of her bad decision. What she
Yeah,
really need to do is tell the truth to these young ladies and tell them not to be promiscuous because it will destroy your life. You'll become a cat lady just like her. You know what I mean?
facts.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Stan.
but okay, I agree with you said, Rush, right? But that's the thing. Like this whole interview is disguised as though it's therapy. That's the part where it's like, yo, this is, my spidey sense is going crazy. Like, yo, this is not good. That's one, and then two, she still have options. Like, she not being honest about it. Like men that's probably 10 years younger than her, 40, or 10 years older than her, 60, probably have kids and grandkids, and they doing the family thing, and she don't want to do that. Maybe that's one. Or two, those men who don't have kids have the option of dating younger women, and she don't want to compete. And that's what I mean, like that reality she's not talking about. I'm an incel. Like, no, like, don't tell me you're an incel. Like, just be honest about what's going on with dating, because you're still out here dating and meeting men and flirting. So what's really happening?
They're not getting them desired results that they was getting back in the day. That's because like you listen to Tracy Ross and them, they're all messing with like YNs now. So just think, man, like you as a female, man, you're like, I ain't mess with a guy unless he has this type of status. And they're getting them dudes. Like she got the football player, flow rider, who else? So she's messing with that type of caliber. She has all these preferences that now is dwindling down to like even like middle of the pack dudes are probably like, I ain't dealing with all that shit. So that's got to be a blow to your ego, man. If you once commanded like all this like type of shit, but to now like you're just scraping by, and even them guys are like, yeah, I'm good on this, and they just
You
knocking
know,
it down and ghosting you. Man, that would be hard for them to deal with, man.
but she's pretty enough to do other stuff, like have to be movies. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, my
Do
man said
some.
Tubi.
I mean, Erica Mena is like, she's a Tubi movie darling. Like every month she got 3 movies out. Like, I don't know, what's going on, but she's making these movies. I don't understand, like, these campaigns that she's driving up on. It's kind of hard for me to believe her, because she always have access and will always have access. She's like, what's her name, Holly Berry, got married the 4th time in her 60s. or close to her 60s. So again, she has these opportunities. I don't think she wanna. I think what's really happening. Maybe she don't like to settle down. Period. Like she has to be faithful.
Man, I think she's definitely a lot to deal with. Like you said, it's some of that. But I think a lot of it, man, it's just that mixture of preferences. I think the ones that's too beholden to them preferences still, like there's that attraction element. There's that they got to be
Oh
high
yeah.
status. Then the financial component. Man, that
Remember
shit is
that?
just hard to find when you mix all that up. Where I think like Holly Berry just like, look, I'm long as you're cool and you're nice, I'll overlook a lot of stuff. Shit, I
And
got
signed
enough
this
money on my
prenup.
own where I ain't focused on that. So that's where she got somebody, even with her bad past. So Melyssa Ford and them, they're still not there mentally, like you said. But eventually they're gonna take like a fraction of that. That's what always happens. They'll be like, man, a guy they could probably get a 6 and a 7 right now. A guy that's like that would be his number, a 5, 6, and a 7. They're gonna end up with a 4 and a 3. The longer they wait. Look at Cher.
But at one point, like I think like oh, well, I'm gonna go here. Remember that pop the balloon, the 85-year-old woman that was like,
Ugh,
I still
yeah.
want my man to be 6'8" at 85.
Oh yeah, I remember the one you talked. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
you're
you
kind of embellishing. She wasn't 85. She was like in her 60s, but she looks decent for 60, bro. Like,
But she ain't get chose, did she?
no,
I don't know.
she was doing the picking. Like it was a light skinned woman. That was like no, she was 85. Like she was
That
picky.
must
I
be a
don't know. I don't
different.
think she was no 85. She would
Yeah,
have
she
been
No,
wasn't
there
no
like,
was
85.
two, but there was two. But this was not the dark skinned woman with the big tatas. She was light skinned, freckles, wavy hair. She's energetic, but she was meeting these older men, and she wanted them tall. And what she described, and she's like, I want to be 6'8". I'm like, yo, at one point, when do we accept reality and not as a sense of punishment, but in a sense of like, hey, this is your lot in life. Pick the best one.
You know what I hate about these birds, SJ? These the reason why I despise these birds is because they have a following. Like Melissa Ford, she has a following, and the bird, the host, that's a bird too. They have a large following, and they're influencing other young women to become birds like them. Know what I mean, and you don't want to become a bird, man. The bird thing, becoming a bird is one of the worst things you could become, man. Is becoming a bird, man. Know what I mean.
nah, I agree,
Mm.
man. Yeah, people gonna gravitate, man, because I be looking at it, I'll be like, that shit crazy, man. Where you look at certain people's things and they got these huge followings. But that's why I said, man, people like being lied to, man. That's the reality. Or they're gonna choose that messenger that like aligns to they fucked up principles. So it's like they all go down that road together of like fuckery. But let me play a little bit more of this. Then we'll jump to the next.
What are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
it might not happen for me in this lifetime. And whenever I say things like that, because I've said this for a really long time, people try to come to my rescue. Like, oh, don't think like that. Oh, you're putting negativity in the universe. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Like, am I really? Is it just my Canadian pragmatism, and also like my assessment of of chances and statistics? You know what I mean? There's nothing but opportunities to like lay down with somebody, but relationship wise, even less. Yeah, even less. There's
But
just
you
a
still
real
want it.
divide happening out there in when it comes to like people who are still in the dating game. I exited stage left. Like I said, I don't even bother. My career
You
is
didn't
thriving
exit.
right now. My friendship groups are incredible and so fulfilling. I travel a lot. I solo travel. I love it. And I'm really having a great moment in my life that is lasting years. So that the thought of like letting somebody in to potentially disrupt that, I don't I don't have the time, patience, or desire for it. I'm seeing like a lot of women opting out too. Like a lot of women are just opting out because
on.
we're exhausted, you know? And it's not just, you know, race, ethnicity, or even age. I'm seeing like 30-something-year-olds saying like, yeah, nope, 4B movement, you know.
Again, going back to probability, and especially
You said stop saying.
When she said it might not happen in this lifetime, she used might. She's still hoping that it will. That's number one. The 4B movement, that's something that happens in Korea. But again, you're not looking at what's going on here in America. The men are not interested in dating. The men have the right to go ahead and seek what they're seeking for overseas because one thing about men, ladies, men will tell you what they want or what they need. And if you're not going to give it to them, get out their way and let them get what they want. Now, when they go get what they want, if you're really decentering men, you don't have to have an attitude about it, right? Again, the opportunity, if you want to be in a relationship with the guy, is that you have to say yes. Will it work out? You don't know. You're never gonna know. But the thing about a lot of times, you just have to go ahead and try it. And if it don't work out, it's okay. You go try another one. It's all right.
But let me ask y'all, man. Y'all think the decentering thing is cap?
It's
Do
cap.
you think there's gonna be some longevity to that? Like they could hold out for like the rest of their lives, or
I think people don't care. That's the crazy part now. People, here's something nobody wants to sit down and be honest about, right? You're not honest about, well, guess what? Having divorce didn't just affect you, it affected your children. Nobody checked in on the kids. These kids grew up and they like F this stuff. They don't want a relationship. Then you went ahead and we have this thing called situationships. We keep on having things that look like a relationship that's not. Both parties played into it. It's not just the men, the women played into it too. So then the men are disingenuous, fine, so are the women. If men can't get what they want, they're gonna leave. If women can't get what they want, they're gonna get the guy that can give it to them. That's it. If nobody's happy where they're at right now, then reset and throw all that stuff out. But if you're
so
not
is
willing
it
to do
really
that,
actually decentering, or is it just like they can't get their way? Because that's what
they
it kind of
can't.
sounds like to me. It's
They're
like
not getting their way.
I'm no longer the focal point. Guys are like no longer tricking to the degree that they did, and I'm gonna pack my
Yeah.
shit and go to Mexico.
Or they're not
Like,
even doing that. They don't even want that. It's just crazy. Like they don't want it. It's like nobody wants a relationship. Nobody wants to be friends. And I don't like it. Like these ladies are making it seem like it's one way, but guess what? You really feminism been around for 100 years, and the outlook about men been negative for these 100 years. Okay, we grew up us as guys. We grew up in the post-feminist era, so to group us with men from 1910, that doesn't work for us.
well, I guess I'm asking, man, because everybody would be like, it seemed like everybody kind of going to their sides and shit, and they'll be like, all right, we're decentering men, and men like we ain't making them a priority no more. But it seemed like everybody's still fucking. So
Yeah,
that's
because
what
you
I'm
know
saying.
why?
Like,
Because they
who's
got
actually
released that
benefiting from all
stress.
this shit?
Man, pharma, because everybody else got some form of STD that they can't get rid of, and they lab rats.
Yeah, because when I hear all this shit, it's like you said, the rates is going up. It seemed like everybody's still clapping cheeks.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like, are y'all really are these movements hurting guys? Is it just making it more like a hookup culture?
Well, I mean, even like the hookup culture, right? If you look at it, there's this science fiction author that is on the ban list. It's called Brave New World by Alex Huxley, and they talked about how relationships was not like that wasn't the goal, but everybody was on like birth control pill just to have sex. And the goal was basically you had sex, but you didn't fall in love. And you have to share your partners. There's no love, there's no babies, there's no pregnancy. That's it. And when you look at it, it's like, yo, we're already there. Um, but if you want to fall in love and everything else, you really got to do that. And you know, it's not even a war right now. We're fighting it. It's just like, yo, we've been part of an experiment.
Yeah, because I remember what's the one lady for the Cosmopolitan came out and was pushing like you said, those agendas and stuff. She said she felt bad looking back at like this stuff they wrote about, making that lifestyle all enticing and stuff.
And she said it was a fake. It was just all fantasy, and people believe it, and they feel entitled to these fantasies. And it's like nobody really cares. Like Sex in the City, nobody really cares if you get $600 pair of shoes. Like nobody cares about your phone being 2,000 is your phone. Like,
But
are you never gonna let me use it? Like nobody really cares.
let me get Wally in there. Wally, man, what's your take on everything so far?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I mean, so far right now, as far as everything that's being said, just like, hey, look, you do you, I'm gonna do me. That's how it sounds like to me.
Okay, okay. Shout out to Wally. Wally be keeping it short and sweet.
Wally,
you-
Wally, there's a short story I want to dedicate to you that was dedicated to me as a young man.
No, don't take that story, Wally. That's some
I'm not taking
Tyler. It's some
I'm definitely
Tyler
not
Perry
taking no story
bullshit.
from-
Wally, throw that story away. Fuck that.
I'm definitely not taking no story from Stan.
What you
Stan,
mean? It
Stan
came
gonna
from
have
the
you
New York Times. It came from New York.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Stan. Go ahead. I would love to hear how this is gonna go.
Oh no, but I'll tell you later. But
Okay.
All right, let me play some more of this.
Actually, as specific as your life is, as high profile as you are, as beautiful and as intimidating as you are, you have a very specific life, so you're going to require a very specific partner.
Yeah.
If you go to a town and if there's 100 men there and you're like, okay, I want him to be college educated. All right, cool. There's 30 left. I don't want him to be my cousin. All right, well, now there's 28 left. I want him to be 6 feet. Now there's 5 left. I don't want him to be married. Now there's 2 left. So the probability game happens when by virtue of the person that you're looking for, it's going to be very specific. And then to your point, maybe you don't want to spend your energy searching.
No.
Because it might take that, when Jafar was searching for that lamp,
Yeah.
do you want to turn over every grain of sand to find your partner?
No, I'm leaving it up to the universe, and so I feel like maybe possibly through my job, through the work that I do now, doing public speaking engagements, ending up at conferences like the Congressional Black Caucus and film festivals and that sort of thing. Those kinds of, places and events kind of will more likely probability wise have the echelon of man that I am, I would be more likely to consider. But for me, it's not just status and prestige and height and bank account. It's not that. I am looking for somebody who actually enjoys being an adult, because I've dealt with so many men that had arrested development and Peter Pan syndrome. And I can't. I'm looking for somebody who has healthy boundaries. I want somebody who is emotionally intelligent, emotionally mature, still curious. He can have kids. I'll be a great stepmom. Just don't put any pressure on my uterus, okay? Because these eggs are scrambled. It's done. All right.
Damn, shit's bad when she's like, look, I'll be a stepmom. She's signing up for all that.
Remember
But
I
she said
said
she's
when
gonna manifest some dick.
remember when I said she was lying? I'm an incel. Nah, you said might. You thought about it. You putting yourself in positions where you could find somebody to date. And you think you could find somebody to date at your job. Like you did before.
Yeah, that's why I said a lot of times it's cap. Because I think when people face the hardships, like you said, man, it ain't easy. Because I think everybody expect everything to be like what they call it, the microwave generation and shit. Then if it's not so easy, then it's just like, okay, let me build like an excuse around all this to cope, like what Rush was talking about. But yeah, she want a man. Man, unless you a serial killer, like I said, are you gonna move off the grid to Alaska and you gonna eat well blubber and shit? Like, man, you want somebody. Now
Even
you don't want to
serial
be taken
killers,
advantage. You don't want to be taken advantage of or no fucked up dynamic. But it's like, man, we all want a solid relationship.
even killers got booze. Serial
I don't know
killers
about
got
all
booze. They
that.
do. They got a boo. They got a little family on the side, and they're like, you know what? I'll be right back. I mean, they, I mean, you ever seen Unsolved Mysteries? It's still not solved today because they married and and they
That is kind
faithful.
of true though. You be looking at the stories and stuff. Yeah, they be having them alt lives. My man just like go out for a jog and he snatch up like 2 people and shit. So
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? The husband passed away, the wife passed away, and it's like, I found a secret room underneath the house I've never seen before. And there's letters and articles. So, I mean, like, that's why I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. Like, people want to be in relationships and people will find ways to make it happen. But again, you can't keep on using therapy talk to get what you want and not doing the actual therapy work. Because if
yeah.
she did the actual therapy work, she would be like the one we just covered last week, Holly Berry. You're
Okay,
not doing the
okay.
therapy work. If you did the therapy work, you would have already had somebody and wouldn't be wishy-washy. She's wishy-washy right now. I'm an incel, but I'm putting myself out here so I can find the man I'm looking for. And you're still competing as though you're 20. That's ghost dicks or ghost relationships. Like, you got to let that person go or go find that person if they're still alive and reconnect. But it's not fair to yourself to ignore people because now you want to find tall people. How about this? You find all this stuff, that person don't like you. What now?
Yeah, that's a good part because that's when people hold off for that like perfect person, man. They gotta like you back.
But
Or they
everybody's
might
a
already
10
be in a
though.
relationship because it's like, man, think about it. If somebody meets all the metrics, like if you got like a whole checklist, somebody meets a lot of that. 9 times out of 10, like other motherfuckers gonna find them attractive. So that's why I'm saying, like, when you see a lot of these mindsets, man, it's like a self-centered mindset to the point where they can't face reality. But so I like what's her name? Shan was trying to walk her down. Like, hey man, the more shit that you put on top of that, the probability lowers. And she
Especially
just blew
at
that shit over. She was
50.
like, oh, whatever, I'll manifest it.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, you still want a relationship. You want to be a stepmom. You want to, like, no kid don't want you for a stepmother. How about that? Suppose the kids don't want you. How about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the reality is like, yo, there's so much stuff. But if God puts somebody in front of you, let's be honest, you're not going to give birth to no tall kids. And you said you got scrambled eggs, and everybody is a 10, and all this other stuff. I'll be sure is dating Llewellyn, the comedian, and everybody in shock. But I swear, y'all all 10s, right? Y'all, the men, blah, blah, blah. She got her man. One thing about Llewellyn, ever since I've known her, she love her some men. And ladies, I'm going to say this in the nicest way as possible. We can tell. If you don't have the attitude of Shantae Moore and Llewellyn, we decenter ourselves.
Oh, that's a fact.
So we don't need decentered. We decenter ourselves. There's a level to this. You have to be likable. You just got to enjoy the life and enjoy people because it's not guaranteed that that person's going to be around or you're going to be around. Like, stop playing. Oh,
But because she a good looking woman for 50, man. That's what I'm saying. It definitely ain't
yeah.
like no attraction thing. It's just like you said, man.
Make a
I don't think
choice.
they realize, man, that personality, man. When people get older, like all that mystique for like vagina, that shit go away. Every guy done been around the block, so men are looking deeper at that point, or should be. So it's just like, man, you got that bad personality. Everything's always got to be about you. Yeah, nobody's signing up for that shit in no old age.
No. Hey, can I answer one question?
Yeah, go.
Longevity. If the man don't like her, it's not that he gotta just say it. She gotta accept it. Being that we sat down and we did a preview of this person's interview, acceptance is something that's kind of hard to come by, along with accountability. That's what I'm seeing here.
You hitting us with all this therapy jargon now. Talking about
Well,
some
that's
acceptance.
guess
This ain't no
what?
goddamn AA meeting.
This what it looks like, and it's an AA of lies. It's an AA of lies. It's just like it's all their fault, and it's like without saying it. And I'm just like, yo, how you a therapist, life coach, sexologist, and all this other stuff, and you facilitating this? I'm disappointed.
She's thinking about business. She's like, look, I can't press too hard. I got to get these other ones to come back. So she ain't dumb.
She a bird, man. You know what I'm saying? The host ain't no different from Melyssa Ford. She a bird too, man. You can't take these birds seriously, man.
No,
But she's married with kids.
No, I give the therapist credit though, because she has awareness. So like when you have awareness, you know where you need to go. Like she got her guy, like he submitted to her program. So she got her whole lifestyle built like how she went. I'm telling you, man, watch some of them old interviews about her, like the interactions with some of the guys that she be like dating and messing around with, because they got the open relationship. Like she got the pants on in that joint. That's what I'm saying. Nah, she got enough awareness. She was like, I'm gonna get that guy right there. That's gonna accept all my bullshit. Let me do what I want. And that's why I think like people like Melyssa Ford and them, they kind of want the dude to cave. They want the rich guy or the successful guy to kind of cave to what they want. So that's where they're wrestling with these guys for that control. But it's just like, go get the weak man that like has you on the pedestal. He's probably not gonna be the best looking motherfucker. Nah, man, that's what it is, man. He's not gonna be the best looking dude, but he's gonna do whatever you want, man. That's the struggle that they're having. Because they want a certain type of dude to be like that. And them dudes is like, fuck that. So instead of like, just like you said, accepting that fact, they're kind of personalizing it. And it's kind of like the bratty child syndrome. Well, if I can't have it my way, I'm just going to go in a corner and cry. So that's all this shit is. So she should just go get a sucker. There's a ton of them out there. And man, he'll have her on a pedestal. He going to do whatever. But her mind ain't there yet. She ain't like the Shan Bodys or the Holly Berries. She ain't there yet.
You know what? This is gonna make me listen to Coach Greg Adams after this. I need a detox. This is sad.
So you need some detox?
Yes.
Yeah, we almost done with this. I'm gonna play a little bit more.
No,
we only
gonna do. You describe the man. When you describe that man, it's like, damn, she did have him. You know what I'm saying? I remember she's like, he'd have to leave the house when she have, with the kids, and she's entertaining.
She built that whole universe around her. Like she the sun. Like that shit all everybody on her program, man. But she's smart enough to like still make him feel like, well, he's a leader. You know, so she knows how to throw the jargon out there, but she running that shit. So shout out to Shan. Shan like, look, everything will go be on my terms.
Come on. I got trapped in this algorithm on YouTube that was just lawnmowers. And they just go to people, increasing the amount of women online who are claiming this for themselves. Mm-hmm. I sat with this sociologist who came up with this term called single at heart, which essentially stated people who, to the point that you made about a love life, right? We have in our North American society a very linear idea of what it means to have a love life. But you can talk to many people who have a very fulfilling romantic love life who still feel very lonely. Mm-hmm. And I'll raise my hand on that one. Mm-hmm. I felt very lonely within a nuclear family. Mm-hmm. And then I had to start asking myself, what happened to my friends? What happened to my family? What happened to going to the grocery store and just talking to people? Mm-hmm. I was mentioning, I just came back from St. Louis, and I just make it my devotion whenever I'm out of the house to be genuinely with people because I want a love life. Yeah. And if I didn't have one of those pieces, I would still consider my life to be filled with love because the intention is there. Just like if I didn't have a romantic partner, I would still consider myself to have a love life. Mm-hmm. So do you think that there is something to that?
See what I'm saying with the jargon, Stan?
Yeah, I'm so lost.
That's some pimp lingo. That's some pimp shit.
You have a full husband. I'm just like, that's why I was like, wait a minute, what am I listening to? Because like, you have a full husband. Mm-mm. I need somebody I need to build life with. You them kids get dropped off. You can pick them up at 8:30.
that motherfucker is like an accessory in her life. He's like a fixture, a couch, decor. She was talking like a whole dude. You ain't hear that? Like, man, I want to go to
Yes.
the store and talk to somebody. I need a love life out here. She ain't even attached a love life to him. She was just like, hey,
No.
romance, aka I'll cuddle up with you, but I need to go over here and get piped down. So yeah.
Oh,
But she was clever with the words. That's why I told you, man. If you don't know how to like break this shit down and piece it together, that shit would slip over your head. You'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That shit don't make no. She running game on homie.
wow. Like he's not even part of her real life.
He happy to be there. She probably the breadwinner, ain't she?
Well, he has to take care of the 2 kids.
Yeah,
So
I'm not too sure, but from how you're speaking of her, yeah, she might be the breadwinner. You know, a lot of times when these birds find a sucker, they don't mind spending the bread on the sucker because they are in control within the relationship. You know what I mean? Basically, whatever dude she's dealing with, if she's the breadwinner, that nigga is her personal slave. Word is born.
So yeah, that cat at the house on some house husband shit. Like, look, I ain't about to fuck up my livelihood. He over there like fuck Russia what the jerk talking about. I'm over here comfortable. I got some Egyptian cotton sheets. They over here hating. I ain't about to mess this up. So yeah, he a submissive wife at this point.
That with more women claiming that they have a love life that is fulfilling and satisfying, that doesn't need a partner to it. Is that what you're claiming?
To your point about, you know, our thinking about love lives in a linear fashion, I think that is kind of dissolving that attitude. And people are starting to understand that they are not beholden to like, you know, strict rules and like boxes and stuff like that, you know. One of my favorite relationships that I had was it was maybe about a year after my mom passed away, maybe like a year and a half, somewhere in there. We could talk about, shoot, if he was dating somebody else, like he could have that kind of conversation with me. And it did not faze me because I was not looking to make him anything more than who he told me he wanted me to be for him. And I really wasn't looking for anything else because I was still reeling.
Yes.
You know?
In grief.
And it was just perfect. Perfect timing, perfect person, perfect length of time. We're still very good friends. He's in a relationship now. I wish him all the best. You know, just he's still one of my favorite people on this planet. Taught me a lot about just how important transparency is and not to be afraid of transparency, you know.
I like the fact that she turned a booty call to a relationship. I noticed that with like a lot of females, man, when they kind of get ran through, they try to like place a relationship title on it. But yeah, that shit was a straight up booty call.
but God, like it's horrible because it wasn't real. Like we can talk about what he's into, but you never talk about what you was into because you're hoping that he saw the value in you. Like, what isn't that like part of the rom-com movies? Oh my God, why you didn't pick me? Why her? Why not me? Everything that she is, I always have been. Like, what is that? And before anybody come in, but you men do the same thing. No, ladies, you do the same thing. Because I, in the San Francisco Bay Area, was messing with a freaking Dominican for a full year. And I didn't even know this woman had a full-on boyfriend, fiance. And guess what he was? Haitian. Haitian communities out here is hella small. I could have
Yo,
been
that's
killed.
how they move, man. Like they'll mess with you and still have somebody from back where they from. Because a lot of times they'll date a dude in the States, and by the time they figure out a way to bring their real lover to the States, that's when they get ready to cut you off. So yo, what you saying, man, is a factual, man, because it's like that's how most of them move. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get the
Rush. And
fuck
here's the
out.
thing,
I'm,
right?
I'm giving Stan some pushback.
No, no,
Stan
no.
knew what the
I'm
hell
gonna
was going
explain
on.
it. I'm gonna
Stan, you knew
explain
what
it,
was
right?
going on. Stop playing,
I'm gonna
Stan.
explain it, right? Because she always said every time we met up, right? How come you don't have a girlfriend? How come you don't have a girlfriend? Right? When I tell you I've been to her house,
No, no, no,
the
no. When they
sex,
say that, they're just
yeah,
assuming that you fucking mad bitches. Know what I mean? Which is
I hear
probably
that,
true.
right? But the more you
I'm
keep on
saying,
telling me that, right?
So
I was
Stan,
like,
you ain't see no signs, no
no,
flags. I think you capping,
again,
Stan. I think you
no,
just
no,
mentally
again,
you was
I've
like, I
been
don't
to
give
her
a shit.
place. I've been to her place. I walk around Lake Merritt. Lake Merritt is a big lake. That's how you expose people. You walk around the lake. You might run into their ex. It's a big lake here in Oakland, California, 2.5 miles. Like you walk around and so you can see like who you date, who you used to know, right? So that's number two. So it's like a year, right? And you keep on telling me this, and we're having fun, and of course the sex is hot. I'm like, okay, do you want to be my girlfriend? And she's like, I can't. Like I'm getting married, and he's Haitian.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, the Haitian community here is hella small. One, you trying to get me killed, and two, you're gonna put my name out there. And I'm just like, you
So she
came to
just
my
came out
house
the blue with that?
because I asked her, like, why don't you be my girlfriend? And then she was just being honest, like, hey, I already got a fiance. He's Haitian.
Mm.
I'm like, it's like what? But but I'm like, why would you do all this with me for a year and then do this, right? And I ain't crying nothing like that, but definitely was used. But like, yo, it's something that like we like Russ said, like it does happen, right?
Did you feel
I
like a
have
piece of meat in that situation?
I felt dumb. I'll be honest with you, I felt dumb.
So
Cause like
I'm just saying though, she didn't like have gaps in time because you juggling people, man. You're
yeah,
not picking up,
but
you're not
yeah,
responsive on the phone calls and shit.
but
You ain't
but like
reading to
but
none of
every
that.
time but no, every time we see each other, it's on. Like we'll have dinner, it's on. Like it's just chemistry. She's a doctor. I'm not stressing her
Oh, you
out.
held on for the doctor shit. See that's why I told you, man. You full of shit, Stan. You saw that title. I know you
I,
kind of a gold digger like I am, so you was like, look, I'm gonna get in them pockets, man. I'm gonna
yeah,
know all this shit.
you never hear me. I'm decentering women. They rich and I've never said that on this podcast. I don't. I'm not a hypocrite.
No,
I
but I'm
like
saying like
mine's
you
rich.
saw her title. You was like, look, I'm gonna
It
ignore
fits
some
my
things. I know you saw
lifestyle.
some patterns, Stan. Stop
No, no,
playing.
it fits my lifestyle. It's like a doctor, businesswoman, MBAs. That's my lifestyle. The women that got me into therapy were the ones like a school teacher,
The broke
journalist.
ones.
Yeah, and
I
that's the
told you,
ones
man,
that
broke.
slowed me down because before, what I'm saying, having access to cars, I never complained. So yes, I did not mind it, but it was nice. It was fun, and a lot of time women who are busy, there's a benefit. Like they're not on your case, and they trying to drag you down and what you do today, and you didn't even consider my feelings. I just pick a cheeseburger. Like what we talking about? You're not here during the day. I have to go to work.
So she
That
had them like
boring.
irregular schedules, anyways, being a doctor. So that
Yeah,
kind of okay.
but
I give you a little
and
bit
then when
on
she
that.
makes time, she comes to my apartment 2 o'clock in the morning. Like man, it was hot. Every time she says that, it just reminded me like, oh, she thinks I'm a dog, you know. And there was some stuff in my male apartment that was different, and that's another show, right?
So she was running
But
some mental game on you. She had you
she's a
feeling guilty and
like I
shit.
said,
While
she's a
meanwhile,
doctor.
like,
She's a doctor in psychiatry.
damn, she ran some game. You ain't try to break that shit up with all that bread she was making. I'll be like, look,
No, I have my own like, dude,
I'm
like
a
it's
man of
it's
leisure.
no, but that's the thing. But like I'm saying, I'm just saying like I get it, but she's not being honest about it, right? Like when you spend that much time with somebody and you're connecting, and then you find out they're connecting with somebody else, it's like, yo, why not me? You do ask that question.
So you was in the crib listening to R&B music after all this, huh?
There's music I listen to that's a little rough.
You was listening to some German techno.
DMX. All of some DMX.
Shout out to my man Rush, man, donating the $5. We the sucker free dream team. Facts. Nah, Stan crazy. All right, Stan, I'll give you a pass, man. At
But
first
no,
I was like,
but it's good
Stan
to
ignored some red flags, man. He trying to
what
do the Melissa Ford shit.
but like I'm just saying, like, when you are in those casual relationships, and no matter what part of your life, right, and it does last a long time, those casual relationships are relationships. And you're trying to push it away, but like, why weren't you picked? Right? Of course, a Dominican girl, she has a thing for Haitian men. That and you have to break it up because like I said, the Haitian community here is small. It's small. It's so I'm not trying to get known like that here in California, Northern California.
Yeah, y'all don't play around either, man. Y'all mess around and.
Yeah, that fiance come after me with a machete. Mm-mm.
But all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into the last topic. We're gonna jump in to it was a tonight's conversation one. It's a real quick one. The
Okay.
lady, you know how they have the people go and ask the questions. She was breaking it down like she has this like damn near a fetish for sleeping with married men and stuff. It was a weird clip. Let me pull that up. Get y'all take on this.
So I've been dealing with a married man. Don't get me cute.
That's why you're nervous, girl.
He's been with his situation for 20 years.
Don't be trying to make it light by saying his situation. He's been married for 20 years. Go ahead.
I just want to know why it turns me on.
Kitty,
Oh, God.
what's your best advice for a woman?
Hold on, let me stop it right there. Why y'all think it turns her on, man? Stan, you on mute?
Oh, Wally, you want to go first?
Yeah, Wally. Why you think, man, it turned her on this?
Okay, so wait a minute. What's the question again? Why does it turn her on about married men?
Yeah,
Yes.
messing with married men. Why you think?
Hey man, this is what heathens do.
Mm.
They
But
hunt
why,
with-
Wally?
Oh, it's
But
just
why?
that. Think about it.
Mhm.
Think about it. If a man prioritized a woman that he chose to marry and be in a relationship with, and
Yes.
you can get that man to quote unquote look in, to have his attention also on you and steal that attention from your wife, it just one of those things. It's like, again, bitter women are out here. So it's like, that's the whole thing. When you allow heathens to have this, ordained that they can take you away from your woman, make you be her attention, even though you ain't really prioritizing her and she's not really caring that you prioritize her in the same sense of you prioritizing your wife. It's just knowing that she's able to garnish your attention and make you separate yourself. It makes her feel good because at the end of the damn day, let's be honest here, right? Women all believe that they're the most beautiful woman in the room, and it's always competition. So let's just keep that shit. Again, this is what heathens do, and that's the thing. Men, y'all make heathens because you, at the end of the damn day, you give these women these dumb ass attention, and then drive you away from what you already built with another woman. So yeah.
Okay. What about you, Rush, man? Why you think they are drawn to
Well,
mess with married men?
It turns her on because she wants something that she can't have. You know what I mean? Most women are only attracted to men that have the capability to attract other women. So that's most women. It's not just her. She's just brave enough to tell the truth.
Yeah, that is brave. I don't think I was, even if I was like capable of doing some shit like that, I don't think I could stand up in a room like that and put myself on blast. That's a bold shit. What about you, Stan? Why you think she's drawn to do that?
Because she is getting the best out of him without doing the work.
Break that down a little bit.
She's getting the sex and the fantasy, but she's not getting the day to day, picking up his drawers, dealing with his attitude, family, kids, the stressor of a relationship. She's the refuge for him, and he's the attitude, ego pump for her. He goes home and she goes about her business.
I don't, man. I think why like a female like her, they're drawn to this type of shit. Cause shout out to Travel One. I do think like the guys are weak, so I'll give Travel One that. But I think those type of females, man, I think they actually get a thrill out of wrecking the marriage. Cause eventually, like they're gonna do some shit, like they're gonna make that phone call. They're gonna they're gonna leave something behind. They're gonna do something to sabotage that marriage. So I think they actually get the thrill out of like fucking up that
That
relationship. And I
relationship.
think it ties into what Rush was saying. It's like, man, you kind of envy what you can't have. So it's like, okay, if that dude is weak enough to like, go and put himself in this situation, she's like, okay, now I'm about to put this dude to the ringer. I'm gonna fuck this. I'm gonna call her up and create all this chaos and stuff. So I think if you got like a chaotic nature, man, that's what you're drawn to doing that type of shit.
There's a word for women like that. They call imps.
You said a what? Imp?
Imps. That's what they like to do. They mess with married men and they get a kick. It's a drive. And then they'll like to go ahead and put it in front of the wife's face and keep on going. I met a few. I dated a few.
No, because most of the
Again,
time, don't y'all see that too? Because like it seemed like if people do have that affair, man, it's like somebody gonna make that phone call or they gonna do something. It's like you ain't getting off scot free, you know?
no, but some of them, like, they just do it. Like, they want, like, some women do it because they want the relationship. They're like, I'm tired of this. You can't have us both. You got to pick, right? And you're going to pick me, right? But when I tell you, like, imps, like what she describing is more than one married man. And it's just fun and games. And it used to be, you can tell, like, you know how people have angel wings? Well, they have like the bat wings or the evil angel wings tattoo on their backs.
Mm.
And I don't see her around, so I'm not gonna say her name, but when I tell you she's like, she ran track and she's from Mississippi and she lived in Oakland, she was my neighbor. That woman was dangerous and she liked married men. She could sniff them. Um, and I was like, yo, that's dangerous. Like, the wives, they gonna beat your ass. She's like, they can try. But she was like 5'4", and that's what she was into.
Yeah, that's
Um,
crazy.
and she also liked the drive. Like, she'll do things, make the husband sweat, and then he'll like choke her, and they have wild sex.
Yeah,
And
that's
she liked that stuff.
crazy.
But there's
Oh,
women like that. They don't want the relationship. They like the idea of playing with the relationship, the
okay.
power they have over it.
All right, let me play the rest of this. Let me see what kind of advice they give her, man. Y'all let me know when to stop.
That's turned on by sleeping with a married man.
You know why you turned on about it?
Why?
It's that Jezebel spirit that's in you. The devil always has to feed off of something. You feeding off of somebody's marriage. I don't take these things lightly. That's why you were shaking when you came to this microphone.
Right.
Because you knew what was coming. And I'm not speaking from my own mind. I'm speaking as a woman of God right now. When you are entering into somebody else's covenant, you are playing in God's face. And you also trying to build off of another woman. That ain't never gonna get you anywhere. I don't care what that man is doing. For you to come up to this mic and be a woman who does not have integrity. We talking about women. You know how it feels to be hurt? I know you know how it feels to be betrayed. You would never want something like that to happen behind your back. You are operating from such a low space of self-worth. You gotta do better than that, baby. I don't care what lies that man is telling you. You think that's cool. You think stuff is sweet. It's not cool. I've seen God's wrath with my own eyes. And that man is out of order right now. And when he faces God's judgment and he's in direct rebellion of God, guess what? You're gonna be a victim of that judgment as well. You've put yourself in that type of position. Y'all keep playing with God if you want to. You've seen it. I know you've seen that. You can't get the love that you need from a married man. That is reserved for his wife. He's only giving you the bits and pieces that he wants to give you. You don't think you better than that? And my other issue is a lot of times what women do, women like you, they see that a man is loving a woman appropriately and they want that. It ain't even got nothing to do with the man. It has everything to do with a woman is getting something else. She came up here and she tried to rationalize him not having a ring and stuff like that. Like, what we doing?
Was Shorty cooking? Stan, you on mute.
I sent you a screenshot to the group. Like, they even have a Reddit, like a Reddit group about it. Imps, women who
Oh,
It's a
okay.
whole. It's like a whole imp culture.
But based on what she was breaking down to what's her name, y'all feel she was on point with that?
This is. Oh, go
Go
Rush,
ahead,
go
go ahead, Steve.
Wally. I'll let them go first. I'll
Yo, I mean, women like her that I mean, she was saying something official, but she don't live by that code either, man. I mean, look how she dressed, man. You gonna talk about God and preaching and all that, man? You shouldn't be dressing like that around males anyway, man. You know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, it's just, you know what I mean, it's all a front, man. It's all a show, bro. You know what I mean, she wolves in sheep clothing, man. I don't trust anything she says.
Damn. So even though she was cooking you ignoring it based on the appearance. Rush is strict, boy. Rush don't be letting nobody live. What about you, Stan? What you think about what she was saying though?
It sounds good in theory, but let's be real. When I'm looking at society, when we look at the rom-com movies, all of them like is based on affairs. It's never based on like genuine love. It's like you're running away from one relationship into another. And so it's a transitional period and we're cheering you on. But man, you have an affair. And nobody's thinking about the other people who actually depend on that person. How did that, if we look at like the Notebook, how did that other couple felt? Like she was in a relationship with her own dude. What happened to him after they broke up? And also he was with another woman. What happened to her? Did they ever find love? It's like everybody got the benefits of the relationship while they were cheating and they got married, but can you really trust that person? Knowing how you got them?
Yeah, I think the lady had a good point though, man. Cause even when you think about it, cause I think both people, I think like the guy's a piece of shit. But even me, say I couldn't have an affair with somebody because I'll be looking at the guy like, man, I couldn't do that to another man. You know what I'm saying? Just even from that standpoint, I'll be like, nah, because I know that would feel fucked up. So I could never put myself in no situation like that. So yeah, just even when you think about it, like when you're supposed to have some bro code or sister code, it's like, God, that's some grimy shit. When you know that other person does exist, yeah, that's a fucked up feeling.
Then how do
But
you
I thought she was
live?
cooking though, man. I thought because she broke the way she was breaking it down. Like, man, it's you got low self worth. You could be vested at. I don't understand how people like other people that's like taken, and you're getting a fraction of that time and effort and stuff like that. Because think about it, it's not like they could take you on vacations and shit like that, really. So it's sidebar type shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rather put my energy and time into somebody else that is actually for me. You know what I'm saying?
But there's no excitement, SJ. They didn't fight for your love.
I think that type of stuff make people flip out, man. I don't need no excitement. Somebody trying to like shoot me and stuff like that. Because there was
On the
one I did
next
on my
48 hours. On the next 48 hours.
yeah, man. You see that stuff be serious, man. People be flipping out when you cross them boundaries. Because there was the one I did a reaction on my channel where the
Yeah.
pastor he was sleeping with somebody
Oh
else and his
yeah.
wife came and killed him, shot the mistress. So I think she was like paralyzed or injured very, very bad. But yeah, people ain't playing around with this type of stuff, man. I don't need no excitement like that in my life, man. Damn that. Just be single, man. That's how I look at it. If you want to be out there, man, just be single, man. You can do what the hell you want to at that point.
But SJ, what about love though?
Yeah, damn that. There ain't no love. And you try to run around everywhere.
But yeah, I don't know, cause like we got rom-com, TV shows, reality TV, books, um, that everybody model themselves after. It's
Yeah.
it's a culture. And like I just sent you the thing. There's imps, that's what they call them. Imps, women who only date married men.
Yeah, I saw it was a whole community type thing on there. I'm like, God damn.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people playing with fire, man.
But
all
it's
right, y'all, man.
excitement. It's a drive. The way she described it to me, she said it's a drive, it's excitement, it's a reason for her to live.
Mm.
And
Yeah, some
that
people
was
get
her
off on
thing.
fucked up things, man. So they adrenaline junkies. They always chasing something, but yeah, that type of stuff, man. When you have impacts on families, because even if like say like that guy had kids and shit, man, I ain't trying to be breaking up nobody's home to that degree. You gotta be just heartless where you excited off that type of stuff.
Or are we at this space because like the story we saw before where we're not trying to press each other for relationships and we just got to be honest with each other and know that we need certain people at certain times of our lives and have that freedom. Is this the part where is that what we all need to be at? Fuck marriage, no commitment, and just know that everybody have somebody, but don't put it in my face.
So you talking about some like free for all type shit, huh?
That therapist that we just listened to with her, like, she have a full husband who's taking care of her two kids in the house and them damn dogs. And she feel alone and looking for relationships everywhere.
Man, so
But her
people are just
husband,
greedy, man. That's what I think it is, man. It's just all that stuff sounds good, and I know everybody pitches it, but especially when you start having kids, man. Like, I don't think people, because they're operating off of just being self-centered. Like you said, it's like I want more, I want more, I want more. They're not caring like the possibility how that could impact the kids. So that's why, man, you're supposed to put your family over your desires. But most people, man, they just don't do it like that. It's like fuck that, and I'm gonna do me and whatever. And you just run the risk of like your kids start becoming rebellious because they're watching. They gonna be looking at you like, oh, okay, shit. My parents, they rip and run like that. I'm gonna be a freak too. And nobody wants to see their own kids out there like running wild and doing all this crazy shit. But it's like at that point, you kind of lose your leverage when you're talking to your kids if you ain't got no foundation that's solid. So you going to your kid like, hey man, you need to tighten up, do this, and they looking at you like, what? You
I
out here
don't
doing all this?
know, right? I
All
don't know
right,
because
play.
it's
You don't want to play with your legacy. That's what I'm saying. You rolling the dice when you doing fucked up shit. That's the part. I would have played. I would have rolled the dice with mine. So that's why I tightened
no,
up.
you're good because you have the conversation with them.
Huh?
You have the conversation with your son.
But conversations only go so far, man. Kids are observing what they see, man.
That's true.
That's what.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
That's
that'd be
true.
like, say, like I'm out here, I'm doing all this reckless shit, and that's his mom, and say like he got some bad taste in it. He's like, man, you out here running wild on my mom and shit.
Yeah, that'd
Now
be
I
me.
I create that resentment in him. So now he's gonna probably try to be rebellious. So it's like, why even play with that? I wouldn't
Well,
take that.
SJ, the thing about it, like, but that those talks are real because here it is, right? Like when my father and my cousins trying to talk to me about, oh, you need to settle down, and I have that talk with them, like the very person I try to run away from becoming, I became you. Like I've become my father. I've become my cousins. My cousins like, man, we gotta have the safe sex talk, and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like you late.
Yeah.
You late. All I remember you since kindergarten. You just came home to pick up condoms.
Oh, you talk about, okay, I got you now with
Like
the
my
pods.
cousin, no,
At first, I'm
literally,
like,
and they like, oh, you was just a baby. I'm like, well, guess what happened to me when I got my apartment? Every woman that went to my bathroom, I had a gallon bag, a Ziploc bag of condoms in the sink, so you knew what time it was. Like we have protection, we have dental dams, we have a whole bunch of stuff, right? Me after my mother
what you do with
passed,
the lube and shit? Because
like
like
if you
Diddy hit his shit. What you do with
no,
your
no, it was
stash?
right there.
I'm
It was like, look, pick what you like, right? But like this after my mom passed away last year, and just to have the talk, and I'm just like, yo, you late. Like I watched y'all. Everything y'all did, we learned. We became y'all. Y'all ran away, we saw it. We thought this is
Mhm.
how we supposed to operate. Okay, we operated. That's nothing reason why I went to therapy because I had an illusion that I was better than the men in my family when actually I have become the men in my family.
Yeah.
So, because even my mom, when Victoria was born, she's like, Stanley is a young girl. She not need to see you with holes every day.
Yeah, that's a good point. Is that kind
Yeah.
of what made you like change some of that too?
I
'Cause
had
I
to
know.
because like my other nephews, I had like strange women changing their diapers because I don't do diapers. Like here, like this is your auntie, and and my cousins is like, man, you have some strange woman changing my son's diapers. I'm like, I don't do diapers. It's some woman like she trying to prove to me that she wants to be a mom. Like, okay, do
Okay.
it, do it. But like they like, yo, like you the player, like but I don't think it. I became, like what you describe is true because you think you're hiding and you're shielding, but actually they're watching you and they're seeing things and they're like, it's in their mind, like, okay, this was going on. So I do have to have that talk because it'd be like, well, you always have different girls. I'm like, what will make you say that? Well, I keep on finding different like lipsticks in the glove compartments, on the side, the passenger side. 'Cause I forgot to clean that side. Only clean my side is my car, but I didn't know. But
Hmm.
like they kids see stuff, so
Yeah.
yeah. But you at least you talk all the time with your son. It's all of a sudden now people want to have a talk with me in my 40s. I'm like, y'all late, y'all
Yeah.
late.
Nah, that's why I said you gotta do a combination of both, man. You gotta talk, but you also gotta lead by example, man. You could talk all day, but if them kids start seeing inconsistencies, what you saying, they be like, man, shut the hell up. And they right to a certain degree. They be looking at you. So that's why I be cracking up with some of these parents. I'm like, man, I be trying to tell people, I'm like, man, you better tighten up because when your kid hit a certain age, man, they see it, they understand. And then if they go rebellious, man, you got to go and have that talk with them and try to be telling them to do something, but they sitting there looking at you like, man, you out here too. What the fuck you talking about?
Yo, my
Yeah.
cousin saw my Acura CL. They like, you was driving this? I'm like, I'm like, yeah, you was driving the Pontiac. And they're like, oh my God. We was trying to keep you guys away from that. And like, we all look at them like, we become you. But I don't know. It's just it's one of those things where like, hey, you gotta accept it, have these talks, and hopefully, things will get better for each generation. Hopefully.
Yeah, that's what we should strive for, man. Nah, that's why we be fucking with Rush. We be like, Rush be like, man, I ain't having no kids because of how he be like, Rush be breaking it down,
Man,
how stuff is like out here and stuff. So I agree
man, you
with him,
seen
man.
Rush with
It's
his nephew? He was like, that looked like, hey, ladies, you won't get married, but marry him soon before somebody else get him.
Rush, you
You
still ain't gonna
got
have no kids, man. Rush, you ain't gonna have ones.
that's what he's saying.
Rush.
Rush, you on mute.
Hell no, I don't want to have kids, man. It ain't happening, man. This world is crazy, man. Why I wouldn't forgive myself if I brought another black child in this world, man.
Like one woman
Crazy.
told me, she told me straight up, it's never gonna be my choice. That's what
What
she
you
listened
mean
to the
about that? You
part.
gonna get kidnapped and taken advantage of?
She's like, it's never
You gonna
gonna be
wake
your
up in a
choice.
warehouse and be like, Stan, give it to me.
Yeah, she's like, it's never gonna be your choice, Stanley. The
Mm,
women gonna get that kid out of you one way or another. I was like, oh dang.
that might be true, Stan.
I'm saying for Rush, it's not gonna be your choice, brother. And
Why you trying
Wally.
to?
I mean, that's they be planning.
Nah, I think y'all safe because y'all at a good age. If it ain't happened by now, man,
That don't
it would
matter.
have to be on your terms.
My father gave me a baby sister.
At what
Yeah.
age?
He's probably have another one happening in his 70s. So I might have
Damn.
another brother.
Okay.
Yes. Caribbean men, 1, 2, 3, 4, all right here. You know how they do it.
So that's your father.
Tell him, Wally. He always be trying to loop us into the. But all right, y'all,
Hey,
man, we gonna go ahead and close out. So we'll do a quick go around. We'll do the 50 on the next week. We'll circle back to that because we had
okay.
the 2 hours and stuff. But All right, Rush, man, what's your partner words for today, man?
Man, yo, don't trust no woman that giving you out red pill content, man, or talking points. They wolves in sheep clothing, man. They all for the streets, man. You heard?
All right, Wally, what's your partner words? Rush ain't giving nobody a pass, man. Shout out to Rush.
Oh man, my parting words. Choose wisely. It's a thin, thin world out here.
Shout out to Wally. All right, Stan.
I'm scared. That first one, she was good with the therapy talk. That's scary. And also, like, her lifestyle is so scary. And like, men will say yes. So I'm like, man, we cooked. We're cooked. Coach Greg Adams, here I come. I got detox.
You say you in that free agent lifestyle now, huh?
I gotta remind myself.
Yeah, man, I just don't understand why people, man, just don't be, man, especially we should be trying to help people. So, like, man, say I made some mistakes. I'll be like, look, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all to go down the same path I did, man. Like, nah, make sure that you find some good people, man, early, man. Don't overlook them. Don't try to play the field and shit. And, make better decisions. But this whole, like, trying to reword shit, trying to make everything all glamorous when it's not, man, like, you got a bunch of old chicks in Tulum, aka Mexico, down there just riding golf carts with each other. Talk about like, oh, we're decentering men. It's so great down here. Get the fuck out of here. They fucking with like bartenders, guys that work at like restaurants now. Like your whole life, you done chase like high status guys, and that's what your life came to now is just YNs and broke dudes. So you definitely fucked up in life if that's your
Not
your state where you're.
YNs.
Nah, that's what they be saying, man. They be like, look, man, I'm messing with this younger guy. He's trying to get himself together. So it's like all the guys that they put all these like crazy standards on, they're like with a dude that's a fraction of that. And that's the hilarious thing. That's how life gets you back, man. That's why I told you. I was like, they're going to get a fraction of what they asking for.
Wow.
But nah, yeah, just, man, be careful, man. Don't overlook good people. Shit, stop being materialistic because that's what's fucking everybody up. But all right, y'all, man, we going to keep doing this on Sundays. Catch us over at Labudo Network. My man Rush be doing some great content, and we out of here. Peace.
Wait, quick question.
Oh, go ahead.
What's the next time you guys on there, and what's the next rom-com movie review you guys doing?
Oh, we still got to do that one movie review. What's that? I said it wrong.
Yeah, The Machine.
Yeah, the ex-mock.
Now, is it do like the actors, are they speaking in English or it's all in Spanish?
No, it's in English.
Okay.
Tell me, you watch it in Spanish?
I mean, I can, but I prefer to.
Yeah, it's in English.
Watch it into
it's
English,
actually.
yeah.
You watch that one, Stan? When we gonna do that movie review, Rush?
I had a meeting this week or whatever. It's looking like my schedule gonna switch up. So
okay, yeah, just let us know, man. But yeah, we're gonna do that one.
But if my schedule doesn't change drastically, we could I'll figure out a day for us to do it.
Yeah, just let me know, man.
Yeah,
we'll definitely tap in on that one. But yeah, give us some suggestions, Stan. We know you got all the good ones.
Oh, he's not that into. It'd be a good movie for you guys to watch.
Okay.
And the reason why it shows men and women who are like trying to date based on what they heard and then basically experiencing the truth and then changing their ways at the end. But it's a good one. It's a good movie to check out. He's not that into you.
He's not that. Yeah, we'll check that one out. I'll put that on the list. Man, there was one. What was the one movie? Damn, I don't know who wrote that one. I don't know if it was a Tyler Perry one where the lady ended up getting AIDS and shit. She like
that's Tyler Perry. Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we might have to throw that one on the list.
It's called Temptation.
Yeah, there you go.
Temptations.
Yeah, that one was fucked up. From the rich nigga. So all you birds out there, man. You
Rush.
Looking for a sucker that's rich. You best be careful. You might catch that die slow. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Rush. Every time you say birds, remind me of that song I sent you from I forgot what was the New York rap group. They're talking about pigeons. I don't
Oh,
want no
Sporty Thieves.
pigeons.
That was my crew
Yes.
back in the day.
Yeah, right, every time.
Yo,
That's why I be laughing.
That's where that terminology. Well, it doesn't come from them. They just made
Yeah.
it popular. But that's a lingo that's been around forever.
Wow.
Yeah, so we definitely got to put that one on the list too. Yeah, because I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, oh yeah, we got to throw that on there. Do that breakdown on that.
Word out. I mean, but it's not. There's no simp in the film though. Oh
There
no,
was
no,
a
there
simp.
is the husband.
No, even the guy she cheated on.
Yeah, it's the dude she cheated on. So
Yeah, when she told
honestly,
him.
I would rather do the review on that than the machine. But it's up to you, SJ.
Man, y'all gotta
you
watch the
gotta talk to
Machine movie. I'm
Famous.
telling you, the Machine movie's crazy. Cause it.
All right. We'll do the machine.
We'll do the Temptation next week. Let's do that one next week.
Yeah, as I say this real quick, the rich guy was also the simp because when she told him, like, at least my mama didn't abandon me, and he had, and he was just like, she was going for his heart, just like no mercy.
I thought the most beautiful part, man, of that movie was when she had to go get the medicine.
SJ, let's do Temptation.
Okay, we can do that.
And we'll do the machine the weekend.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Hold up. I feel like you could get so much information from that film, man, because there's so many ways to break it down. Know what I mean? I don't know.
I agree.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, I don't think we should just box ourselves doing like the simp guy. I think we should just do the relationship if there's a relationship dynamic in there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So,
You guys did good on the Spider-Man because, like, Spider-Man, I was disappointed. That's like Forrest Gump for superheroes.
Wally was, man, I was highly I should have pulled up that day where you and Wally came up there. Wally was defending that Spider-Man bullshit.
Oh, let me tell you something. I got that Spider-Man movie.
Hard, man.
Look.
Wally was upset at my take. He was like, I don't agree with what the jerk was talking about.
Movie.
Y'all ninjas are just horrible.
No, Wally. It's my favorite too.
I'll never the same thing I say every
That was y'all favorite?
Yo, I loved it until now. Growing up older, I look back.
I'm talking about. I ain't listen to this shit.
I look back and I'm like, oh my God, this stuff is about Mary J. Now I'm older. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I think when you go back and you rewatch movies, man, it have a whole totally different meaning. So, Wally, have you ever seen a good movie before?
Wally.
It's coming from the person I do movie reviews with. Yeah. Look how that sounds. Literally, look how that sounds. Literally, look how that sounds.
Wally was hurt though. He was like, man, Peter Parker. He was like Tobey Maguire. He was the greatest Spider-Man ever.
No, he is.
I'm so good.
I just didn't like Mary J. I don't like Mary J.
Out of everything y'all wasted time on, y'all just wasted time on the broad piece. Oh my gosh.
Because she was in all three movies, Wally.
Y'all diminished Spider-Man's, let alone Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, just off the fact of a female versus even just like. Granted, am I saying you're wrong? Ultimately, no. But that's the problem. It's
your tone is saying we're wrong.
Yeah, because at the end of the damn day, it's the only thing you focused on. That's my whole point.
And no facial cam. I feel ignored.
Yeah.
Wally, that movie should have been called Mary Jane and the guy that got some powers by accident. That's what that movie should have been.
Rats and
they shouldn't even call it Spider-Man. I felt like
to do a full-on review of this shit.
That movie was about Mary Jane coming of age, like figuring herself out, and her like relationships with these guys.
Yeah,
you know what that is? What you described?
Melyssa Ford.
SJ?
That's what it was.
You know what you described? Spider-Man is the Bridgerton of superheroes.
My wife be watching that show. She be all into it. I'm like, what the hell is this?
That's what that was. It was all about Mary J. It's all about Mary J. It was all about Mary J.
While you talk about how y'all reduced the movie down to that. That was the whole baseline.
Exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all focus on a broad versus the actual guy. That's the.
We didn't make the movie, Wally. They made it that way.
Again, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Y'all turn a guy movie into a fucking chick flick movie.
It was a chick flick.
Wally,
was a
Get
chick
that
flick. In
shit out
it.
of here.
It was
Wally,
a
you didn't
chick
watch
flick.
that movie, Wally?
I swear for God, bro. I can't wait to roast that whole thing. I can't wait to roast that shit. Oh, hell no.
You can't roast something that's the truth, Wally. You
Yeah,
can
Wally, you
season
don't
it.
like the
Outta
truth
here,
anymore.
Fuck
Uh,
out of here. You foolish. Y'all niggas foolish.
Wally, you don't like the
Y'all changed
accountability.
a dude
I don't think
movie.
Wally rewatched the movie.
Y'all
I think
changed
I
Wally
don't
is
think
going
so
off of
either.
nostalgia. I think he's like going off of like how he's seen it in probably
Y'all
like
changed a dude movie to a chick flick.
It
Fuck
wasn't. It was
Wally.
never a
That
dude
movie was
movie.
literally the
hell no.
Notebook. That was like the
Yeah,
Hell
Titanic.
no. Get the fuck out of here, dog. You got me.
it's
You
Wally.
got me fucked. You got me.
Wally.
Got me fucked.
Wally. She
Was the
left.
justice on the premise of a man. Like y'all motherfuckers worrying about a broad.
Wally. This movie was a Mariah Carey montage.
What was that? Glitter.
That's all y'all focus on. Everything else
We
y'all focus on
belong
is all
together,
about
baby.
y'all always focus on the female. There's no understanding of just understanding what it means to be a man. There was no parts of that movie understand what it means to be a man. No growing
He
up.
wasn't a man until he got Mary J.
He did. The fuck.
Wally. You were talking about Spider-Man 3,
I'm
Wally.
a roast y'all. I swear I'm gonna roast y'all for that fucking stupid movie review.
Wally, his whole manhood was shaped on like Mary Jane coming back.
Movie review. I swear to God, y'all motherfuckers missed the whole.
Wally, he kissed Mary Jane over his best friend's father's grave.
I don't get two fucks. I don't care.
They broke up over a bridge like the Boys to Men video. I'm down on bended knees. What are we?
Don't care.
I'm sorry. It is just
like that's the most pivotal
Wally.
point of that whole thing.
Wally.
Wally.
But Wally, hold up. But Wally, the CW had a show called what? Lois and Clark. Did that take away from Superman? No.
It did, actually.
But they had kids. And the other one that was on ABC, The Adventures of Superman and Lois Lane.
You want to talk about it? It took nothing away from Superman. Are you
But
serious?
look, he was in a relationship.
Let's understand one thing. What is the whole entire dynamic of Superman and Clark Kent / Superman and Lois Lane? Lois Lane always likes Superman, but treats motherfucking Clark Kent like a sucker. What the fuck are we talking about?
What we talking about? If it wasn't for his love, if it wasn't, but no, Wally,
Wally,
Wally, are you getting like residuals for Spider-Man 3? Did you like ghostwrite some of that movie?
Wally,
just like the same way you had that.
No, I'm going. Here it is, Wally. Here's the fact of the matter.
That's the same fucking
narrative. No, Wally. See, and that's
I think
what
Wally's
I said.
like a co-writer on Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, because look, Wally, Superman don't love humanity because Lois Lane gave him some poom poom. Once Lois Lane gave him some poom poom, we were valuable as a race. The same thing, Mary J gave Spider-Man some poom poom, and he wants to save humanity. Done. It's all about the poom poom.
Get off. So what you're saying is these ninjas are just horrible men all in general. Okay, thank you very much.
Until they fall in love.
You made it clear. You made it clear. These men were
They
just
have to fall in love, Wally. Wally is about love.
You made it clear. They're just horrible men in general.
Yeah, because they need love to motivate.
All these superhero men are all villains at the end of the day. They only care about themselves. That's the
if you think about it, the villains are actually incels and they have nobody to love them.
Right. So guess what? That's Joker's not an incel and he had him freaking Harley Quinn.
Joker is asexual and he's a demon. He don't love no Harley Quinn.
Stay tripping now.
He up here killing kids for a sacrifice. Somebody like that's a demon. There ain't no human being. Like playing with Joker, Batman's going to hell for that. Number one. Number two, let's be honest here. It is what it is. We need women. Women shape the world, and that's it. We suckers. We on the hero journey.
This is how pathetic it is. This is why.
Hold on. I ain't no sucker. I'm a part of the sucker free dream team. Don't put that on my jacket, you heard? They all
Rush,
Rush said he ain't about to put that jacket on.
Rush, you a Creole lover. Rush, you a Creole lover. You a Honduran Haitian. You are double blessed. You are meant to love. You can shield yourself and be a priest if you want for now. But the fact of the matter is, you will fall in love. You will breed, have kids, and have a family.
I'm not Honduran, man. I'm a Zoe, man. Z's up till I freeze up. You know?
Look, I'm trying to market. I'm trying to market here.
My bad, that made you biracial and shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to market here.
You said Honduran.
You know, Wally is Dominican Haitian. I'm a Cuban Haitian. We trying to sell stuff.
I'm sorry, you don't know my different, you don't know my demographics like that. Okay, thank you.
But all right, so we gonna do Temptation this week.
Wally.
Yeah, Temptation's kind of fire,
We
man.
gonna do Temptation, man. I gotta give Fame the memo, man. Know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, let him know, man. Damn, what was the one that actually it just came out too? I don't know. I think we watched it, Wally. It was the newer Tyler Perry when she went to that dude's loft and slept with him and shit. Damn, I forgot the name of it.
With the bike.
Yeah. That shit was wild too. Tyler Perry got some wild ass movies.
Man,
Hey, like While We Got Married 3.
I feel like yo, I can't be watching those type of films, man. I feel like my brain to rock, man. It's just
you got to space it out. So we'll watch this Temptation and then we'll watch that other one. What was the name of that movie, Stan?
Oh, He's Not Into You?
Yeah, He's Not Into You. Okay, and then we got the Ex Machina.
Well, here's another one suggestion too. Two could play that game, and that's a good one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was good. Yeah, we digging in the crates, man. We breaking down everything. We've been cooking those up, man.
I'm sorry, Wally. Just know Spider-Man is the Forrest Gump of superheroes in Bridgerton.
Yeah, that's a fact. But all right, y'all, man, we out of here. Peace.